the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, on the CBS radio network, and around the world with American Forces Radio. CBS Radio presents another Monday night National Football League game, this one between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Good evening, everyone. This is Jack Buck, along with Hank Stram, and we'll be bringing you all the action and excitement of tonight's game. The Los Angeles Rams have already been introduced to this crowd of some 60,000 in the Superdome, and the New Orleans Saints, with their record of 0-11, are being introduced to the home crowd, and the fans are applauding the individuals as they're introduced, even though they don't appreciate what their team has done this year. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons are setting a hot pace, and the Rams have to win if they want to stay one game behind Atlanta. Those two teams, the Rams and the Falcons, have a date in Los Angeles on December 21st. This broadcast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the New Orleans Saints is prohibited. We're at the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, where the New Orleans Saints are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Hank Stram and I will continue. Hank Stram, this is the first time I've seen the New Orleans team all year. You've seen them a few times. Do you expect an upset tonight?
It's very possible, Jack. I really mean that sincerely. They have a fine offensive team. They're capable of scoring points. The only thing that's really a problem for them is really they are a very poor team defensively. To emphasize this point, the New Orleans Saints on defense are 14th in total defense, 14 against the rush, 5 against the pass, and that's really been their problem. They'll get some points, but they can't stop anybody.
The first time they met, Los Angeles won the game by the score of 45-31. They're about to go at it again. Both teams on the field, and shortly we'll have the opening kickoff. The New Orleans Saints are 0-11, and they even lost the coin toss here tonight. They'll kick off with Benny Ricardo, and Drew Hill will be the deep man for Los Angeles. He has averaged 21 yards per kick return, and one of them went 98 yards and a touchdown. The Saints will be kicking off from our right to our left. And we're in the Superdome with about 60,000 on hand. We'll be right back here on the 25th of January in 1981 for the Super Bowl.
And Jack, I think coming into the game, I think we can look for the Los Angeles Rams to run a lot, especially early in the game, to run a lot of play-action passes, especially on first down, to run at the flex defense of the New Orleans Saints. And if they execute, why they feel, I'm sure they can do an excellent job.
Here's the kick by Ricardo, and it is off to the left side, bounces inside the 10, taken by Hill on the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to 20, and out near the 25-yard line, down the left sideline. And the Rams will go from there, and the hit was made by Jack Holmes in a 20-yard kickoff return. So the kickoff goes to the Los Angeles 24.
I think also that the Rams will try to feature Wendell Tyler, who hasn't played very much this year because of an injury, but they would like nothing more than to give him a lot of work, a lot of attention. Hopefully let him enjoy a good measure of success so that he can come on strong and ready near the end of the season.
It's Tyler and Bryant in the backfield. Doug France is starting at the left tackle spot. There was some question as to whether or not he would. Victor Hicks, the tight end.
Surprisingly, they start off with a 3-man line instead of the usual flex defense.
Tyler on a slant, and he goes across the 25, across the 30, and out near the 33-yard line, and a very good block by Cullen Bryant for Wendell Tyler.
Yes, he's like playing with an extra tackle or a guard in the game who lines up at the fullback position. He's a very good blocker, very unselfish player, and really creates a lot of problems for the defense.
And the tight end, in this case, Victor Hicks, the second-year man out of Oklahoma, also had a good block. Now Hicks goes to the right side.
They're lining up in a 3-4 defense again instead of their flex, which is a very unusual thing for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, on second down, it's Bryant straight ahead for a first down and out to the 40. So two big running plays give the Rams the first down, and Joe Fettersfield, the middle linebacker, tripped him up. Fettersfield is about as active as a middle linebacker as there is. I'm surprised, Hank. I see him with no interceptions this year. He usually walks around the ball so frequently.
Well, he is really a good linebacker when you run right at him, Jack. He is not a very mobile linebacker, does not cover on passes extremely well. He great try guy, great competitor. He's much better in the 3-4 alignment than he is in the 4-3.
Kickoff 1 to the 24. The Rams are quickly out to the 40-yard line. They're in the I formation. Ferragamo at the controls. And Ferragamo tosses to Wendell Tyler, running outside. Got a good block from Bryant again. Turned it upfield, went across the 45, out to the 47. A 7-yard game for Wendell Tyler, who missed the early part of the year with a severe hip injury. Tommy Myers and Ken Bordelon were the tacklers. Has this been the story all year, Hank, with people just running the ball right down the field against them?
Yeah, they're 14th against the rush. And so it's very obvious that people like to run the ball on them. They like to run at it, and they've had great success doing that. Evidently, that's why the Saints have gone to a 3-4 alignment. They haven't played it very much, and it looked like they're not playing it very well at this particular stage. 2nd down and 3 for the Rams. Here's a pass play, surprisingly. Swung out, caught by Tyler to midfield, and a 1st down. He breaks 1 tackle and gets into New Orleans territory at the 48 for a 1st down, and Ricky Ray brought him down with Alois Grooms, the defensive end. They have Tommy Hart playing defensive right end for Don Reese, who normally occupies that position. But I think they feel that Reese is a much better pass rusher, and Hart comes in on the run situations, and Reese comes in on the pass situations, on the obvious pass situations.
Ball is now at the 48-yard line of New Orleans. Another 1st down for the Rams. They're in the I. Saul the center. Here's the toss to Tyler, running right. He gets to the line of scrimmage, cuts it upfield, down inside the 45 to the 44, and he got about 4 yards on the carry. Reggie Mathis, the linebacker, tackled him, and the offensive line of the Rams with Rich Saul, Kent Hill, Dennis Harrod, Doug France, and Jackie Slater really moving him out.
Yes, and they have to feel that they want to control the line of scrimmage and control the football to keep the offensive team of the New Orleans Saints, Archie Manning, on the sideline, and that's, of course, the best defense in the world, is to keep the ball yourself, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Ball is at the New Orleans 45-yard line. Tyler almost dropped that last toss to him by Ferragamo, the tight end. Hicks on the left side. 2nd and 7. Ferragamo, a short drop, and a sideline pass to the left is caught, and the receiver is out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and that'll be another 1st down. Ricky Ray trailed the receiver, Preston Denard, out of bounds. Another 1st down.
Ricky Ray was very deep on the coverage that time, and it was very obvious as the play unfolded that you could throw in front of him. They did it with a square out pattern, which is a 3-step drop for the quarterback, which means he goes back 3 steps. He's 5 yards deep, throws outside on a timing pattern, a square out where he goes 6 yards and breaks to the sideline.
The Rams have kept the ball for about 4 minutes, have their 3rd 1st down at the 36-yard line of the Saints. Here's a big hole up the middle for Bryant. He's down inside the 30-yard line, and he is down at the 28. More big yards. Schwartz, the tackler, and there hasn't been a play yet that has failed for the Rams.
No, they're definitely controlling the line of scrimmage. And evidently now they've given up on the 3-4 defense. Now they come in, they take Fetterspiel out, and they go to a 4-3, the flex that they like to use. They bring in Mike Fultz at a tackle position.
Pickup of 8 yards by Cullen Bryant, and it's 2nd down and 2. The ball at the 28 of New Orleans. The Rams have marched right down the field, and here's Tyler running right on a slant, finds a hole, cuts inside the 25. There goes the flag. The tackle made at about the 27-yard line of New Orleans.
We talk about a 3-4, and I'm sure all the people listening know what a 3-4 is. It's 3 linemen with 4 linebackers and 4 defensive backs holding against the Rams. The 4-3 means that they use 4 linemen instead of 3, with 3 linebackers and 4 defensive backs. I think as we go along, if they continue to use the 4-3, the flex, I think you'll find that they should have great success running up the middle at Kovacs, the middle linebacker.
Holding number 81, offense, 2nd down.
And it was Victor Hicks, the tight end, who was caught for holding, according to the referee, Cal Lepore. And now it's 2nd down and 12. Rams going from our left to our right. They're at the 38 of New Orleans. Mike Gooman comes in the backfield for the Rams. Ferragamo likely to throw. Motion by a wide receiver. Back Ferragamo looks, throws over the middle, and it is caught inside the 35-yard line for good yards by the Rams, and a very tough catch by Gilman, who had just come into the game, and Reggie Mathis hit him, but he held onto the ball.
Well, that really was a great catch by Mike Gilman, number 44. Came across the middle on a delay pattern, meaning that the outside receiver goes deep. He comes underneath, caught the ball right in the middle. The ball was thrown beautifully, but a big catch by Mike Gilman.
At the New Orleans 32, and it is 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. They've kept the ball for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Gilman is a wide receiver to the left. Ryan is the lone setback. Here's Ferragamo rolling right, looking to throw, and throws it away. Or did he run out of bounds with the ball?
No, he ran out of bounds.
He was chased by Alois Grooms, and he batted the ball down. And it's 4th down for Los Angeles. So the holding call really stopped him, Hank.
Yeah, he rolled out to his right that time to get away from the traffic, and really they don't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
He was looking for the run, too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, and he had a receiver open downfield. Kenny Bordelon jumps up on top right about the time he was going to throw the football. He decided to eat it, and now they are in a 4th down situation.
4th and 10. The ball is outside the 35, the 36-yard line of New Orleans.
You know, it's funny, they started to throw the ball when they ran the ball all the way down the field, and then suddenly they started to throw the ball. They were running with such great success. It's surprising that they didn't stay with that formula.
Here, the field goal try. A 53-yard try by Frank Corral. He boots it, and he's got a shot, and it goes left, no good. A 53-yard try by Frank Corral keeps the game scoreless as it went to the left. With the score, the Rams nothing, the Saints nothing. Let's take time out.
Sam, as your accountant, I'm advising you to do something about your office copiers.
What's wrong, George?
You keep replacing them all the time. That's expensive, Sam, and peculiar.
But my copying needs keep changing, so I have to keep changing my copier. That's the way life is.
You have to get a big, expensive, inflexible copier that's just as big, just as expensive, and just as inflexible as your last big, expensive, inflexible copier. That's life.
That isn't life?
Sam, next time, get a Sharp 800 series plain paper copier with microprocessor technology.
Oh?
The basic copier, the high-speed copier, the reduction copier, it doesn't matter.
No.
Sharp copiers are all flexible. As your needs change, you don't go out and get another copier. You add options. You need automatic document feeding, you get an option. You need electronic collating, you get an option, you see?
Yeah.
Flexible.
Now I see what they mean when they say sharp people plan ahead.
For more information, call your local authorized Sharp dealer or 800-447-4700. In Illinois, call 800-322-4400.
Hank Stram, I'm with you. I'm surprised that the Rams threw the ball even before the holding penalty put them in a throwing situation.
Yes, because they moved the ball right down the field and running to the left, running to the right, running any way they wanted to, and then suddenly they got away from the plan and threw the ball and got themselves in trouble.
Archie Manning has Wayne Wilson and Jimmy Rogers in the backfield with him from his own 36 on 1st down. And here is a give to Jimmy Rogers. He goes over the right side, then turns upfield and gets 2 or 3. Jack Youngblood tackled him. The more I visit with offensive linemen in the National Football League, the more I respect Jack Youngblood, the defensive end. He must be the best, Hank.
Oh, he's big and he's strong and he's quick and he's fast and he's very bright and intelligent. He's got it all and really does a super job. No question about that. Wes Chandler comes into the game with a touch of the flu. They're going to try him at the outside position, but if they have any problem with him, they'll take him out. But right now he's in there at the split-in position for the New Orleans Saints.
On 2nd and 8, here's Manning back to throw. Swings it out to the sideline, incomplete. The pass was deflected. They faked the run up the middle. Then they tried to get the ball out to Wayne Wilson. On that fake up the middle, Hank, did you ever see such a hole?
I was just going to say the same thing. Had they given it to the back, he'd have run right up the ramp, I think. He was that open.
It was wide open, and now it's 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Saints from their own 38.
When you see something like that happen, Jack, you know the offensive lineman did not do a good job of acting like it was going to be a run. The back did not fake like he should have faked, because on a play-action pass, you definitely want somebody to tackle the ball carrier if he makes a good fake. They did not do that time, and evidently somebody squealed the play.
The fifth defensive back is in there for Los Angeles, Delaney. Manning needs 8 yards, and he keeps it on the ground, and the running play is stopped at the 40-yard line. Boo, say the fans. Kick it, says the coach. And the Saints will give it right back to Los Angeles with 8:45 remaining here in the first quarter.
I might add, too, that Archie Manning comes into the game with a bad shoulder and also a bruised chest bone, so I don't know how efficient he's going to be or how much he's going to be able to throw the ball here tonight.
Leroy Urban is in to receive the punt. He's averaged 8 yards per kick return. Russell Erchleben is going to punt the ball and does high inside the 20. And Urban returns to the 20, to the 25, and out to the 29-yard line. Nobody was after him, Hank.
No, everybody was standing around. Look at all the black shirts standing around. Nobody on the ground whatsoever, Jack. And it's a wonder he didn't get more of a return than he actually did.
So the Rams get the ball for the second time, this time at their own 30-yard line. 8:14 left in the quarter. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Rams nothing and the Saints nothing.
Take it easy on Thanksgiving. Take the entire family to the Thanksgiving buffet in Showbiz Restaurant. Roast turkey and dressing, baked ham with champagne sauce, steamship round of beef, seafood Newburgh, plus appetizers, salads, vegetables, breads, and desserts. 12 noon to 7 p.m. Free indoor parking. Adults $8.95, children under 12 $4.95, little people under 3, their guests. Executive Tower Inn, the Resort Hotel downtown, 14th and Curtis, Denver. For reservations, call 571-0300. Today, you've got a chance to save big on 1980 leftover Fords at the sharpest pencil in town, Hover Ford at Arapahoe Road, just east of I-25.
8:14 left in the first quarter. A 45-yard punt by Erchleben and a return of 16 yards has put the ball out to the Los Angeles 30-yard line. They get the ball for the second time, stymied by a holding penalty the last time they were in possession. They go from our left to our right. Rich Saul, the center, Kent Hill, Dennis Harrah, the guards, Doug France, Jackie Slater, the tackles.
Now they go back to their 4-3 flex defense instead of the 3-4 because they ran against the 3-4 at will the first drive.
Here's Bryant, and he moves out for a couple of yards over the left side, probably got 3. Wendell Tyler got enough of a block to open a hole, and Reggie Mathis made the tackle.
One thing that I think is very important, when they're in the 4-3 flex and Kovac is playing the middle linebacker position, he is not very big. He's very active. He's 6'2", 225, a 2-year pro from Kentucky. But I think you have to run at that middle area and take advantage of the fact that he is not a big, strong linebacker, and you ought to be able to make good yardage right up the middle.
Second down and 7 for the Rams. They're in the I formation. And Ferragamo's back to throw. He airs it out long downfield, and running under it is Billy Waddy. He caught it inside the 25 for a first down, and David Waymer, the rookie from Notre Dame, tackled him. Ferragamo just put it up there and let Billy Waddy get under it.
Beautiful throw right up on top, a play-action pass. They had for 44 yards, but he threw it beautifully right on top with a play-action pass, faking up the middle, throwing deep into the post area. Waymer, the rookie from Notre Dame, was covering, but he had him licked. And I'm sure as they throw the ball, we'll see a lot more of that, throwing on Waymer and also throwing on the other cornerback, Ricky Ray.
The ball to the New Orleans 23-yard line, a 44-yard gain for the Rams. The first down, play-action pass, and now the toss to Wendell Tyler running right. He cuts back inside away from the block of Bryant, gets down to the 19-yard line, and got 4. Hank, you like that first down pass, especially on play-action.
Yes, I do, especially when you're playing against a team that uses a flex defense, which means that you have 2 linemen. You have 4 linemen, but 2 of those linemen are off the line of scrimmage. So technically, realistically, when you throw the ball on first down, you got a 2-man rush, plus the fact that when you run at those people who are off the line of scrimmage in a flex position, you get a good running start, and you ought to be able to make yardage in good shape. But I still think the place to run is it's at Kovac right up the middle, because he's not big enough to hold that center.
Here's a delay to Tyler. Breaks outside. He gets down inside the 15-yard line and picked up 5 good yards. He's trying to get up the middle, Hank. It was plugged up. He cut outside, and Derlin Moore got to him.
I think when you hit the middle, you have to hit it quickly. That time they try to run it up the middle with a draw play, faking to the fullback, and then giving it to Tyler. It's much more effective to just stick it right at that middle linebacker and get as much as you possibly can by hitting it very quickly.
Tyler's carried 5 times, 27 yards. Walt Arnold a rookie out of New Mexico, the other tight end, comes in for the Rams. He used the two tight end formation, and it's 3rd down and 2. The ball at the 17-yard line of New Orleans. A toss to Tyler. He's hauled down. No gain. No gain. Rushing through there was Alois Grooms. He just beat his block, and the Rams are going to have to settle for another field goal drive. They missed one of 53 yards a while ago.
And they had a wing position that time, a wing back. They had 2 tight ends and a wing back outside of the tight end on the right side. They had a distinct advantage, and they still did not block it. It was a missed assignment on Alois Grooms, who is quick and fast and does a good job of getting penetration, getting across the line of scrimmage to make that play.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. Clock running. Frank Corral is in there. He's kicked 10 out of 16 this year. Ferragamo, by the way, slipped and almost fell before he was able to make that last toss to Wendell Tyler. How's the footing here in the Superdome most of the time?
I think you find that when a team plays a lot on natural terrain like they do in Los Angeles, that when you play on synthetic turf, the traction is so good that sometimes you don't raise your feet high enough and you get them caught in the fuzzy cement, so to speak, and that's what happened, I think, with Ferragamo on the last play.
We have a timeout in effect, and the Rams are hollering. I don't know if it's been charged against them. Let's listen.
Kicker number 3 came into the game with tape on his kicking shoe. It is not permissible. He is asked to be out for at least one play.
Oh, Frank Corral tried to come into the game, and he has to be out for this one play as a result of the equipment rule. And now the Rams are faced with 4th down and 4 from the 17, and they're going to run from scrimmage. So Corral couldn't come into the game with the equipment that he had.
Boy, look at the hole on the right side there.
Here's Ferragamo back to throw on 4th down. He's on the run. He's hit. He throws, and it is incomplete. It was intercepted in the end zone by James Marshall, but it was incomplete. The ball will come out to the line of scrimmage. That was 4th down, and so the equipment rule caught up with the Los Angeles Rams, and Corral had to stay out of the game. 4:16 left in the quarter, and with the score, the Rams nothing, the Saints nothing. Let's take time out. This Bud's for the guys who wrap the ankles, tape the knees, soak the elbows, and massage the egos. Here's to the trainers.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you.
You guys see more tape in a year than Wall Street.
Yeah, here's to the trainers. They're always the first at the ballpark and the last to leave. So go ahead, guys. After the game, dip into your own ice bucket for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yes, sir. For all you unsung heroes, you've got it coming.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis. New Orleans Saints take over the ball for the second time tonight. We're going to check on the equipment ruling by the referee, which caused Frank Corral to stay out of the game for one play. The Saints take over at their own 17-yard line with Archie Manning, the quarterback. Jimmy Rogers and Wayne Wilson in the backfield, and a first down pass coming up. He swings it out to the back. It's caught, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and dives forward for about a 1-yard gain. That was Wayne Wilson for about a pickup of 1.
You know, the Rams come into the game 3rd in total defense, 5 against the rush, 4 against the pass, which is very good balance against both the run and the pass, which is very obvious.
Second down and 9 from the 18. Saints have yet to pick up a first down. Had to punt the last time they had it. They're going from our right to our left. Manning back to throw again.
Back in the flat.
Swings it out to the back in the flat, and it is caught by Wilson. And he comes out near the 20-yard line, and he got about 3 yards on that pass play, but he hasn't been able to throw the ball downfield.
And they have a young right linebacker playing, George Andrews. number 52, playing that position. And evidently they feel when they want to throw the ball, they'll try to work on him on possession-style passes.
But the Rams like him, don't they?
Yeah, they like him very much. Played his collegiate football at Nebraska, and they like him very much.
And he has taken the place of Brodzinski, who left the club. It is third down for New Orleans. And here is Manning stepping up in the pocket. He's on the run. He gets a first down as he slides down across the 30-yard line to the 31. Archie is prone to run with the ball, and he's averaged more than 8 yards a carry. That was the 13th time he's run with the ball this year, and he's a big kid, but as Hank told you earlier, he has a bad left shoulder from the game a week ago.
He's had a lot of bad injuries during the course of his career, but he's a great, great competitor, super leader, and an excellent quarterback. Has a good feel for pressure, knew exactly where he had to go for the first down, and got it.
At the New Orleans 31-yard line. They're in the I formation now with Wilson and Rogers. Here is Manning with the first down pass, going to run with it again. He's scrambling, running, throwing, incomplete, tried to get out to Rogers. As the Rams had everything pretty well plugged up. Manning wanted to run, and there in his way was Fred Dreyer. So he dropped back into the backfield again and threw the ball, and I'm sure, Hank, if he'd have thrown it downfield, there would have been ineligible men downfield.
Yeah, Fred Dreyer really came off the ball well, and the left tackle, James Taylor, did not come close to making a block on him. He got good penetration. It's lucky for Archie Manning that he got rid of the ball like he did.
You know what happened on the field goal? Frank Corral had tape on his shoe, and they sent him out. He had to stay out for one play. Even if the Rams had called a timeout, they couldn't have gotten him back in there. So that's illegal to have tape on the shoe, the kicking shoe. And now it's second down for New Orleans.
Was the tape across the toe? Evidently it was, huh?
A long count, and on second down here, Manning with a little flat pass to the tight end. Brooks Williams is upset as soon as he caught it.
They were in a semi-roll that time, talking about the quarterback rolling to his right, and got rid of the ball, got good pressure by the linebacker blitzing, threw the ball into the flat area, but the coverage was excellent. Defensive back, the left cornerback, came up quickly. Pat Thomas and made the tackle.
All the passes are for 1 yard and 2 yards.
Yes.
Third and 9 now from the 32 for the Saints, with a minute and a half left in the scoreless first quarter. Mike Harris comes to the left. Wes Chandler is to the right side. On 3rd and 9. Manning back to throw again.
Four-man rush.
Looks, throws downfield, down the sideline, has a man. Ike Harris out of bounds, incomplete. Ike Harris settled under the ball over Johnny Johnson, the rookie out of Texas. Had the ball been in bounds, Ike would have caught it.
Yes, exactly right. And that display of passing that time by Archie Manning eliminates the possibility that he's having trouble with his shoulder, because he threw that perfectly.
He really got it downfield, and now Ertzleben is into punt for the second time, and Leroy Urban is the deep man for the Rams. Urban, a rookie out of Kansas. Ertzleben has averaged 38 yards a kick. Gets this one high. Urban takes it on his 20-yard line, runs right, avoids one tackle, and is cut down at about the 19-yard line. Number 45 for the Saints downfield was Jack Holmes, the running back. The Rams get it for the third time, this time at their 19-yard line. A 50-yard punt, a 1-yard return, 1:01 remaining in the first quarter, and a timeout. A pause in the action. Let us take timeout.
Honey, pass the wrapping paper.
Here. You know, this Christmas I'm finally getting something I can really use.
What's that?
$10 from Kodak.
Come on.
Really? When I buy a Kodak Colorburst 250 instant camera for my boss, Kodak will send me a $10 rebate.
Say, I could use $10.
Sorry, you're getting a tie.
This Christmas, Kodak has a gift for gift givers. Depending on the model, you can get up to $10 back when you buy a Kodak instant camera. See your photo dealer for details.
Unnecessary roughness!
Happens on the field, but mister, you don't need it when you shave. You've got Rise Babyface Shave Cream. Tough on your beard, but tender on your skin. Because Babyface has our exclusive baby oil formula for a shave so close your skin feels smooth up close. So, mister, forget
Unnecessary roughness!
Come on, score with Rise Babyface Shave Cream. Tough on your beard, but tender on your skin.
Hank Stram and Jack Buck with you for CBS Radio. 1:01 left in the first quarter. The Rams get the ball for the third time. A while ago, we had a Budweiser commercial and a salute to the trainers who tape up the players. Well, the trainer evidently put tape on the wrong spot on the kicking shoe of Frank Corral, and he was prevented from coming into the game, prevented from trying a field goal. The fourth down play failed, and it's still scoreless here. The Rams favored by some 11 points coming into the game. Tommy Myers, the outstanding free safety of the Saints, is injured with a bad right thumb. He is being x-rayed at the moment and may not return. James Marshall plays that spot defensively for New Orleans. First down Rams with Bryan and Tyler from their own 19-yard line. Ferragamo gives to Bryan, running right, cuts back up the middle. He got 4 yards out to the 23-yard line. Ken Bordelon played at LSU and is a real favorite here. Tackled him along with Derlin Moore.
We were able to trade him for a fourth-round draft choice from the Rams, and he's really an excellent player. Good size, good speed, good quickness, great team guy, and he's really making a good contribution, and will, I'm sure, in the future.
Tommy Myers with that bad thumb is back in there now. There's fear that he may not return. A pickup of 3 by Colin Bryant on the last carry. Second down and 7. Los Angeles, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Bryant, the up back to give to Tyler. He's across the 25, across the 30, and out to the 35, out to the 36-yard line for a first down. Tommy Myers tackled him, and Wendell Tyler can really pop into that hole.
Yes, and Doug France and Ken Hill, both of whom did an excellent job, but that was close to the middle, Jack, that time, but he still, I think, as we go along in the game, they have to really attack the middle area. They're much more vulnerable against the middle stuff than they are outside.
The ball is at the Rams' 37-yard line. They have a first down. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, 0-0.
America has asked for Pennzoil since America learned to drive. Pennzoil, the ask for motor oil.
Here's Arnold Palmer. Back home in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, he remembers an old friend.
It was a Model T. I learned to drive in that car, counted on Pennzoil to take care of the engine. Today, I count on Pennzoil for even more, because now Pennzoil saves gasoline, and in the weights people use most, 10W30 and 10W40, and they've done it at their regular price.
Gas-saving Pennzoil. Quality in every extra mile.
America has asked for Pennzoil since America learned to drive. Pennzoil, the ask for motor oil. Pennzoil.
Hank Stram, the Rams have all the yards, 124 in the first quarter to only 21 for New Orleans, but there are no points. And if you're the favorite and if you're the contender, you got to get a little antsy along about this stage of the game.
No question about that. You know, you have to endorse those stats by getting points on the scoreboard. It doesn't make any difference how long you keep the ball or how efficiently you move it between the 20s. When you get down in there close, you got to change the scoreboard, and that's what they haven't done so far. They've had opportunities. They've run the ball extremely well, but they got away from it once they had a good march, and then, of course, they blew an opportunity to get 3 points because of an equipment problem.
The ball is at the Los Angeles 37-yard line, and a first down for Los Angeles. I was going to say L.A., but I don't want to irritate the people who don't like that. In the series, Los Angeles has had the edge 17 games to 6, and earlier this year they defeated New Orleans 45-31. Down here in New Orleans, they call them the Aints rather than the Saints because of their record of 0-11.
You know, one thing when you throw the ball against the Saints, you have to really look off of Tommy Myers, the free safety, number 37. He really watches the quarterback and tries to anticipate where the quarterback looks, and if he looks that way, that's where he's going to go.
Here the gifted Wendell Tyler pops it up the middle. There's a fumble, and it is recovered by the Saints at midfield. Ken Bordelon had the ball bounce right to him. Tyler had popped over for a 13-yard gain. He was then whacked The ball came free. Ken Bordelon came away with it. And that is the 11th fumble recovered by the Saints this year. You know, Hank, they've only intercepted 7 passes all year. Talking about New Orleans.
That's right. And coming into the game, the Rams have not fumbled very much. 21 fumbles, and they've only lost 8.
The ball is at the New Orleans 49. This is the 3rd time the Rams have had it, and they give it up.
This is a passing formation, pass draw screen formation for the Saints. Look for Archie possibly to throw the ball on 1st and 10.
On 1st down, he's straight back to throw. He looks and he's hit. He's sacked at the 40-yard line. And coming through is Jack Youngblood, the fellow we were talking about before, when he whips his man. And in this case, it's the rookie out of Colorado, Stan Brock. He doesn't stop. He just comes firing. And there was a loss on the play of about 9 yards.
Brock is the young rookie from Colorado who they drafted #1. They've had a lot of problems with him from a holding standpoint. They benched him early in the season, put him back in, but if he continues to get the same kind of rush we just saw from Youngblood, I'm sure he's going to hold again.
2nd down and 19 from the New Orleans 40-yard line now.
Well, they're in a pressure defense with the outside people covering the receivers very tight. They send in man in motion.
And here's the pass thrown incomplete. More pressure was on. The referee was run over. Delaney, the defensive back, was blitzing. The pass was thrown incomplete. 3rd down, 3rd and 19. Cal Lepore was run over by Delaney, second-year man out of Pittsburgh. And it'll be a 3rd down play. The Rams playing a little game, too, with the linebacker inside and the defensive end outside, Hank.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Jack, and it puts a lot more pressure on the back trying to block the outside man. Then they have to locate the linebacker if he blitzes, so it puts a little pressure on the offense. And that time, of course, they blitzed Delaney, the strong safety, and that was a problem.
Rodgers is in the backfield with Manning. And Los Angeles shows the blitz again. And here Manning back to throw, and he gets it out across the 40. It's caught, but the hit is made immediately. The hit was made immediately on the tight end Henry Childs by Pat Thomas.
They're automatic, evidently, Jack, meaning that you change the play at the line of scrimmage when you see a certain defense. They fake the safety blitz. Evidently, their play against the safety blitz is to roll away from it. They pretended like they were going to safety blitz, and right before the ball was snapped, they went into double coverage on the outside. Archie changed the play and didn't succeed in making any yardage on it.
Here's a booming punt by Erxleben back to Urban at the 9-yard line, running left to the 10 and taken down by New Orleans. A big tackle downfield by Wayne Wilson, the running back. So New Orleans couldn't do anything after recovering the fumble. They had to punt it away. And Los Angeles has the ball all the way back at their 10-yard line after that 51-yard punt and a 2-yard return. 13:39 left in the half with the score. The Rams nothing, the Saints nothing. Let's take time out.
This bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day.
This bud's for you.
You know that nothing less than best can make it all the way. So here's to you.
This bud's for you.
There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. This bud's for you, because it isn't only what you say, it's what you do.
This bud's for you.
This bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Los Angeles has the ball now, but let me tell you about Archie Manning. He's completed 4 passes out of 8, a total of 4 yards. That's how the New Orleans offense has sputtered.
Yeah, well, they made him change plays at the line of scrimmage and made him guess wrong several times, and that's not helped the situation very much.
Waddy goes in motion. The give is to the tailback. Tyler, he gets 2 yards, cracking over the left side behind Kent Hill, the guard. Tommy Hart made the tackle. The defense of the Saints, how would you characterize them this evening, Hank? They're playing pretty tough. They got the break on the fumble.
Yes, they kind of fooled themselves a little bit, I think, going into the game, thinking they were going to fool the Rams with a 3-4. They ran right through that like they weren't even there. Then they changed to their 4-3 flex, and they're doing a little bit better job. But really, the Rams have stopped themselves more than what the Saints have done to them.
Here is Pregame back to throw. He looks and throws out the flat. It is caught out near the 15. Tackle made immediately by Reggie Mathis on the running back, Cullen Bryant, out of the backfield. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5. They're covering everything rather well, aren't they? Bryant can really shake loose to catch those balls.
Yes, especially in this part of the field. You know, the defense has the advantage. You got to be very careful what you do so you don't cough the ball up and give the Saints an opportunity to get the ball in the scoring area inside the 50. So they really haven't had much of an opportunity to open up here the last 2 occasions, having the ball on the 10-yard line.
Other teams been very good against the Saints on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've completed 43% of their shots on 3rd down.
Here is the running play to Tyler, running outside to the left, nothing doing. He is spun down. He moved out for about 3 yards, and then he was tackled. Ken Bordelon was there along with Joe Fetterspiel, and the Rams are going to have to punt it, I believe. Let's check the yardage, but I think it's kicking time.
A flag down on the play. They'll decline the penalty.
Also.
It's against the Rams. They'll decline the penalty, I'm sure, and, of course, they'll be in a kick return situation.
It'll be 4th and 2 if they decline the penalty. So Tyler ran for 3. And it's still scoreless here with 12 minutes left in the half. Penalty decline. The referee, Cal Lepore, will tell us about it.
Illegal use of the hands.
It's the first punt of the night for Los Angeles.
Penalty decline. 4th down.
Frank Corral will do the kicking, get it away from about his 5. Wes Chandler, ailing with the flu, which hit him yesterday, is in the game and standing at his 40. The Saints should be in good shape.
And he's a very dangerous man if he has an opportunity to get any running room. He's quick, he's fast, and one of the best punt return people in the league.
Here is the punt by Corral, and it drives Chandler back to his 31-yard line, and he is hit immediately. A big play downfield by Smith, the defensive back of Los Angeles. A 52-yard punt and no return.
Lucius Smith that time, number 23. Boy, what a great play. He zeroed in on Chandler right from the very beginning. He's a rookie from Cal State Fullerton, 5'10", 190. Did a super job.
New Orleans has the ball at their own 30. 11:55 left in the half. Time out on the field with the score. Los Angeles nothing, New Orleans nothing.
We build a home, one you can call your own, with room to add on memories, room to raise a family, a home where all the laughter and the stories can unfold. Come on by, we'll show you why America calls us home. Calls us home. Come home to your new home. We can show you how today. U.S. Home builds value.
Near where you work.
Near where you play. We're America's leading builder. We'll even pre-arrange your loan. So come on by, we'll show you why America calls us home.
New Orleans from their own 30-yard line. Manning with a toss to Rodgers, running left, got a half a block from Wilson, but the pursuit of the Rams caught up to him and no gain on the play. Andrews was there, along with Johnny Johnson, the rookie safety man. 2nd down and 10. New Orleans can't move the ball at all.
Andrews, who played his collegiate football at Nebraska, 6'3", 223, 2-year pro, played defensive end at Nebraska, playing linebacker now for Brzezinski. Really did a great job on that play.
He's playing because Brzezinski left the Rams, and now Jeff Delaney comes in as the 5th defensive back for Los Angeles. 2nd down and 10, actually 2nd and 9 for New Orleans, just across their 30-yard line. They're going from our left to our right. And here is is Manning staying on the ground to Rogers. Pops out to the 35-yard line. A flag goes down. A flag has been thrown as Rogers was dropped at the 35.
Holding against the New Orleans Saints.
.06 left in the half. Scoreless game. Yardage going to be marked off against New Orleans. Back to their... Cal Lepore is looking for a dry spot to set it down, looks like.
Yeah, the terrain is very bad here tonight inside the Superdome.
68, offense, second down.
It was the right guard, Fred Sturt, who was called for holding. Second down and 20. What do you think of these two running backs for the Saints, Hank? Rogers and Wilson.
Well, they're good try guys. They're nothing great, but they're good try guys and have adequate speed. One's a good blocker.
Here's Manning being sacked inside the 15-yard line. Delaney on a blitz missed him, but then he was picked up by number 71, Reggie Doss. And the Rams defense is all over New Orleans here.
Yeah, they're really keeping the quarterback, Archie Manning, off balance. I don't think, evidently, they haven't seen this kind of defensive scheme before because Archie is a little bit confused by the blitzes. And that's the second or third time that he did not anticipate Delaney blitzing on that play.
Neither team has picked up a first down on a third down try. New Orleans is 0 for 3. They'll try again. The Rams are 0 for 4 in that department. Ike Harris comes to the right. Wes Chandler, the wide receiver, to the left, along with Gordon Banks, the rookie out of Stanford. They stay on the ground, and the running play comes across the 20-yard line out to the 21 to Jimmy Rogers, and the Saints have to punt again.
If I were the Rams, I'd be very concerned the way they're playing right now. They haven't really made anything happen. They ought to come out of this punting situation with a pretty good field position. And I think it's very important for them to get some points on the scoreboard and get going here.
Russell Erxleben, who has averaged 38 yards a kick, will kick it to Leroy Urban, who is at his 45. A good snap from center. Another dandy punt by Erxleben. He's doing a heck of a job, and it drives Urban all the way back to the 30. He returns it to the 35 and crushed down at about the 39 of Los Angeles by Wayne Wilson downfield again. 9:52 left in the half and a 56-yard punt that time.
That was a boomer, and he's got that ability. He's a great kicking prospect. We've seen him on many occasions. That's the first time I've seen him kick one like that.
We have an injured player being tended to. And now with the score, the Rams nothing, New Orleans nothing. Let's take time out.
This is Larry Zonka. In 13 years of pro football, I've seen some pretty tough guys up close. But I've never seen anything tougher on fuel bills than Whirlpool's Tight Fist gas furnace. It's an induced draft gas furnace, engineered by Whirlpool to meet the high cost of energy head on. So if you want to get tough with your fuel bills, get a Tight Fist gas furnace from Whirlpool. Take it from a guy who knows. This is one tough furnace. So check your yellow pages for the Whirlpool gas furnace dealer nearest you.
No experience, no job.
But where do I get the experience?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. We don't ask for experience. We give it. You won't read it in a book. You live it. Pick up service. Pick up challenge. Set yourself apart. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What a great place. It's a great place to start.
See your local recruiter, paid for by U.S. Armed Forces.
Running back Wayne Wilson of the Saints was shaken up, comes off the field, walks off under his own power. Looked a little woozy. 9:52 left in the half as the Rams get the ball at their own 40-yard line. The Rams get the ball for the 5th time this evening. A little clarification on that field goal by Frank Corral. He came into the game to kick a field goal, and he had tape on his shoe. Well, they thought he had tape on his shoe the first time. They weren't sure of it, so they didn't call it. This time they called it, and he had to stay out of the game for one play.
They have a slot formation to the right side. The flex is here to the left if they run. Boy, that middle is still very open. Play action pass.
First down pass over the middle, and it is caught by the tight end, Victor Hicks, under heavy coverage by Myers and Schwartz, the safeties, and Hicks caught the ball.
That was an incredible catch, 6'3", 250, first-year guy from Oklahoma, Victor Hicks. I didn't think he had any chance at all to make that catch. And the safety man, number 48, was all over him that time, and in spite of that, he still made the play.
29-yard pickup to the New Orleans 31-yard line. So the Rams have had a couple of long gainers through the air on a pass to Waddy, and this one to Hicks, the tight end.
Don Schwartz that time played it well. You couldn't play it any better than he did.
Gooman is in the backfield. A toss to him. He runs left. He's going to throw the left-handed passer into the end zone. Touchdown, Preston Denard. Mike Gooman, the rookie out of Penn State, threw the left-handed pass. It was underthrown a bit behind David Waymer, the cornerback, and Denard came back, caught it, and gets his third touchdown of the year.
Ricky Ray, number 22, was also involved in the play. He didn't really seem to know where the ball was. He got all turned around. The ball was thrown underneath, and it was caught. Touchdown by Denard.
And Gooman threw the ball and threw a heck of a spiral, Hank.
Yes, he did.
They were right on the money. Although the ball was underthrown, those defensive backs get into a lot of trouble on those underthrown balls, don't they?
Yes, because they're playing man for man. They do not see the ball, and all they can go on is when the receiver turns his head to make the play. And that time he was all turned around, talking about Ricky Ray, had no chance whatsoever to make the play.
Here's Corral, who's kicked 36 in a row. He makes it good. And the Rams have a 7-0 lead, 60 yards, 2 plays, kept the ball 50 seconds, 9:02 left in the half. The Rams are broken on top. A pause in the action with the score. Los Angeles 7 and New Orleans nothing.
Standard 4.1-liter V6. Available 3.8-liter turbocharged V6, 5.0-liter V8, or 5.7-liter diesel V8. Front-wheel drive.
The 1981 Buick Riviera. It offers engine choices and engineering features that would do justice to several cars, much less one. And Riviera's list of comforts and conveniences is, we submit, practically endless. The incredible 1981 Buick Riviera. A kitchen sink not available.
Cruise Master Speed Control.
Nowadays, fans, you need all the help you can get to save on fuel costs and extend the life of your car. You can get that help by adding Alamite CD2 gas and oil treatments next time you fill her up. Alamite CD2 gas treatment cleans your entire fuel system to help you get better gas mileage. And CD2 oil treatment reduces oil burning and extends engine life. CD2 is made by Stuart Warner, who also brings you Mini Panel, the world's smallest instrument panel for your car.
Frank Corral will kick off. The Saints have only 10 yards in total offense. They'll get the ball for the 5th time. Jimmy Rogers is back at the goal line waiting for it. And the kick is high to Rogers, down inside the 5. He took it on the 1. Left to the 10, to the 15, and knocked down at the 16-yard line. So the Rams have continued to maintain good defensive field position. For Los Angeles downfield was Carl Akern to make the tackle.
Surprising that the Saints really are playing so well defensively. They normally haven't done that. And normally they do an excellent job offensively, but it's just a reverse of what their normal personality really is.
Special teams player Lucius Smith is stretched out on the field for Los Angeles. I think the Rams feel that if they can win this game and then another one, or surely 2 out of their remaining 4, that they'll get into the playoffs. But they're not shooting for a wild card berth. They have games against Atlanta. They have a game coming up against Dallas, one that will be broadcasting.
Buffalo and
Another
Buffalo.
one at Buffalo, and one against the Jets, who showed how dangerous they can be yesterday.
Yeah, so they really, it's no cakewalk. They have to earn the right to win.
Brent Musburger is going to be joining us at halftime. We're pleased to be able to broadcast this game to the ladies and gentlemen who tuned in on American Armed Forces. Thursday, we'll have a doubleheader for you on CBS Radio with the Bears at Detroit and Seattle at Dallas. And then Monday night, a week from tonight, Denver playing at Oakland, and the Denver Broncos are fighting for their lives, and Oakland knocked off yesterday. We'll try to get it going again next Monday night. Wilson, injured earlier, is back in there with Rogers. I formation, own 16-yard line for the Saints. First down with Archie Manning. Manning to the tailback, Rogers. He's good for about 2 yards up the middle, that's all. And the crowd doesn't like the fact that New Orleans can't move the ball.
Well, one thing they have to realize is the way the Los Angeles Rams are rushing the quarterback, that Archie Manning has to call some runs and some traps and some draws to keep that defense honest. Now they come in with the 5 defensive backs again. And this is something that they've done extremely well and that the New Orleans Saints have not been able to cope with very efficiently so far in this contest.
The Saints have run 14 plays. The 12-yard run by Archie Manning is their biggest gain. Aside from that, nothing more than 3 yards. The ball is at the 17. Jeff Delaney is the 5th defensive back for Los Angeles.
They're playing a very pressing...
Here Manning back to throw. He steps away from trouble. And he is sacked. He tried to lateral the ball, but the whistle had blown. Back at the 10-yard line as Manning is sacked for the 3rd time this evening. It was Cromwell, Nolan Cromwell, the safety man coming, and Reggie Doss right on his heels.
That time, I think Archie Manning was looking for the defensive back who has been creating many problems, 41 Delaney. And that time, Cromwell, number 21, blitz, and I don't think he anticipated that.
Now 7:55 left in the half, and it is 3rd down and 15 for the Saints back at their 11-yard line.
It's really tough to come up with 2nd and 15, 3rd and 15 consistently.
They show the blitz again. And the blitz is on, and Manning is sacked again back at the 5, and a flag is down. They're just crumbling that forward wall, Hank.
Yeah, everything looks like a screen pass.
And a personal foul, a face mask against New Orleans. But that penalty will be declined, and it'll be kicking time. Jim Youngblood and Mike Fanning were in on Archie Manning that time. And for the 5th time, Ertzleben will be punting. So another sack. This one at the 5.
And the Rams came in with 34 sacks coming into the game.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, face mask,
injured earlier,
68 in defense, the penalties declined.
Ertzleben has averaged 50.3. His 4 kicks for the night. This will be his 5th.
And the Saints are short a man. Nothing makes a football team look worse than not to have enough people on the football field. Here's a situation where the
One thing to have too many.
Huh?
It's one thing to have too many, but something else not to have enough.
Yeah.
And now the Saints have to call a timeout because they didn't have their specialty team together. 7:28 left in the half. The Saints will be punting when we return. There's a timeout on the field with the score: the Rams 7 and New Orleans nothing.
The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs was founded when a Hindu Raja presented a female elephant as a gift. Her name was Tessie, and that was in 1921. Well, I'm Pete Smythe for First Federal Savings, and old Will Rogers used to say, I'm more concerned about the return of my money than the return on it. Well, today the accounts of each saver at First Federal are insured to $100,000 automatically, and you also earn the highest rate daily interest. With a qualifying deposit, you can pick up a nice gift at any of the First Federal offices in the metropolitan area. First Federal gifts are free or at slight cost with your deposit. The valuable silver dollar with 22 grams of pure silver is still available. It's free with a deposit of $5,000 or more in a First Federal certificate account. First Federal Savings, Colorado's oldest since 1885.
He was smacked downfield by Larry Collins, the offensive back. He really nailed him, but the Rams are in a good spot. A 36-yard kick, no return. The ball at the New Orleans 41-yard line. Hank, the way things are going, the Rams should be way ahead, but they're only 7 points ahead.
Yeah, they've moved the ball extremely well. They just haven't had a consistent drive in to take advantage of the opportunities with points on the scoreboard. Now they're still in their flex defense.
From the 41 of New Orleans, here's Pregame with the toss to Wendell Tyler. He makes some good moves and comes down to the 35. And he picked up 6 yards on the carry. Fetterspiel, the middle linebacker, Tommy Myers, the safety man, tackled him. Tyler went for 6.
When you play the Saints with Fetterspiel in the middle, you want to make sure you cut him off and then run behind him. He's tough to run right at. When Kovach is in the game, then you want to run right at him because he's not nearly as strong as Joe Fetterspiel.
2nd down and 4 for the Rams. Here's Tyler again, finding room up the middle, gets down inside the 30 to the 29, has a first down. A first down at the New Orleans 29, and Grooms the tackler that time.
Ken Hill, the left guard, really did a good job of releasing downfield and throwing a block on Ricky Ray, number 22, and upended him.
Tyler has carried 12 times, 66 yards. We have 6:20 remaining in the half. A first down at the 29 of New Orleans.
Reese is playing defensive right end. He's much better against the pass than he is the run. So it's reasonable. Look at the big hole on the left side.
Bernard, the wide receiver, to the left. Here's Ferragamo looking to throw and drops it off short. It is caught by Cullen Bryant. He's stripped down after a gain of about 4 yards on the play by Reggie Mathis. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
News, talk, and sports 24 hours a day on News Talk 85, KOA Denver.
Yeah, that was a play-action screen. They faked like they're going right and then threw back to the left side to Cullen Bryant. And the defense responded very well to what they saw.
Ferragamo's completed 7 out of 8, 96 yards and a touchdown. No, he didn't throw the touchdown pass. Here's Bryant running to his left, tries to get outside, booms down inside the 20, hurdles down near the 17-yard line and gets a first down for the visiting Rams. Ricky Ray tripped him up, but Bryant got the yardage needed for the first down.
I wouldn't change that scheme at all. I'd run right, continue to run if they are going to run. Continue to run at the right defensive end, Don Reese, and the linebacker, Reggie Mathis. That's right. There's a big seam there, and they've got to make yardage going inside or outside if they just run the area until they change that defensive alignment. Now they go to the other side with a passing formation.
4:40 left in the half. The Rams on the move at the New Orleans 17. First down.
Still a big hole on the left side. They're going to pass now.
Ferragamo looking to throw. He's hit. He throws into the end zone. Denard has a touchdown. He laid it right in the arms of Preston Denard, who gets his 2nd of the night. Good for 17 yards and a score over Ricky Ray.
Boy, what a beautiful play. Slot formation. Threw it right over the top where it had to be thrown. Good setup. There you see him going to the inside and then to the outside. That's the 2nd touchdown pass that Ricky Ray has given up here this evening. They've had 2, and he's given up both of them.
And Denard has caught both, one thrown by Ferragamo, and for Ferragamo, his 22nd touchdown pass of the year, Henry.
Yeah, that's really doing a number, and they didn't even start the season as being the regular quarterback.
Frank Corral will try the extra point. The Rams went 41 yards, 5 plays, kept the ball for 2 minutes, 49 seconds. The kick is good. And the score amounts to 14-0 in favor of Los Angeles as they try to whip the Saints for the 2nd time this year. We have 4:31 remaining in the half. And the Saints on offense have had a total of -1 yard, and they'll get the ball for the 6th time.
You know, really, they haven't had that bad field position. They started on the 36. Then they had the ball on a +49 and couldn't do anything with it. Their own 30. They've had it on 2 other occasions on their own 17 and 16, but they really haven't been in that much difficulty field position-wise. They just haven't done anything offensively.
The Rams look like a pretty good football team here tonight, don't they?
Yeah, you know why they do, don't you, Jack?
Defense?
No, because they are.
Oh.
They really are. They're a fine football team, offensively, defensively. And I tell you something, when they screw their hats on and they want to play, they're really tough.
They are still moaning about the game the Rams, lost when they played Atlanta the first time.
How about a 3rd and 38? Wasn't it 3rd and 38?
3rd and 38, and the Atlanta scored a winning touchdown against them. And they lost the game 13-10. They have a game against Atlanta, the final game of the regular season at Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the Rams have a game at Buffalo. They have a date against Dallas. Los Angeles will also play the Jets. Frank Corral will kick off.
How about what a great job that Lehman Bennett and Bill Walsh and Dick Wood and Doug Shively and all that fine coaching staff of the Atlanta Falcons. They've already done a super job there in Atlanta.
They're setting a good pace.
They have a record of 9-3.
And how about Sam Bertigliano at Cleveland? He and Jim Garrett and Richie Kotite and that fine staff. Boy, what a super job they've done.
They're tied with Houston. Brent Musburger will tell us about it at halftime. Here's the kick to Jimmy Rogers. Takes it on the 5. He's to the 10, to the 15, trying to get outside. Gets to the 20, 25, and unloads at the 28-yard line. He was about to be hit, and he lowered his shoulder into Jeff Delaney. A 24-yard kick return.
He is really kind of a spunk runner. Jack, in that he, a very hard try guy, will fight his way for every inch that he can possibly get, and you have to like him for that reason.
He was bumped out at the New Orleans 28. Ike Harris comes to the right, Wes Chandler to the left. The tight end is Henry Childs on the right side. Over the ball to center, John Hill. Manning back to throw after the fake run, swings it to the running back, Wilson. Wilson comes out to the 35 and dives near the 39, and that's the first down of the night for New Orleans. Pat Thomas submarined him and knocked his legs out from under him as he went to the 40.
I think Archie's going to have to trap that defense and run more draws and screens to slow it down and throw the ball. This is what they do best. They haven't been able to express that kind of a ability here tonight so far in this game with just 3:47 left in the first half.
Chandler to the left along with Ike Harris on this possession, with Childs the right end on the right side. Here's Manning rolling left to throw. He throws it long downfield for the back and incomplete. There was bumping down around the 30-yard line of Los Angeles, but no flag as both were going for the ball. Wayne Wilson along with Jim Youngblood, the linebacker.
Youngblood did a good job that time of covering the back out of the backfield. Archie Manning rolled left, trying to create the impression that he was going to throw the ball left and then get a one-on-one situation with the back on Youngblood, but Youngblood didn't take the bait at all, covered it well, and the ball falls incomplete.
Actually, Youngblood had very good position, and he did play the ball.
All the way. That's right. They were trying to get the ball to Wayne Wilson, the fullback, man for man, who's got good speed. But, again, Youngblood really did a super job.
The back Delaney comes in for the Rams. 2nd down and 10 from the New Orleans 40. Manning's been doing a little rolling to get away from that rush, and he rolls left again. And he throws to the sideline, incomplete to Ike Harris. Harris went up high, covered by Rod Perry, incomplete 3rd down.
He definitely, the automatic has to be, as I mentioned earlier, the automatic has to be, meaning that the play that you change to if you don't like what you see on a passing situation, to roll away from all the inside traffic. He rolls out to his left or to his right to the long side of the field, that time to his left with the express purpose of getting a one-on-one situation on the outside, that time to Ike Harris, but the ball was thrown over the top and falls incomplete.
Manning is now in his 11th year out of Mississippi, 6'3", 200. He was a very good baseball prospect when he selected pro football. The Rams lead here 14-0 with 3:25 left in the half. 3rd and 10 from their own 40-yard line, and Manning rolls left again. Doss is after him. He gets away. He's on the run. He's to the 45 and gains 6 yards. It'll be kicking time again. He slid down in front of Joe Harris, the linebacker, and Mike Fanning.
Reggie Doss had a good shot at him, but he was much, much too high. You have to be in a good tackling position to get Archie Manning because he's very quick and nimble and agile. Doss went beyond him, but he was much too high to make the play.
Ertzleben is punting again. This is his 6th punt of the night. Leroy Irvin is back inside his 15-yard line to wait for it. Irvin has averaged almost 9 yards per punt return. There's the snap and the kick by Ertzleben. It's another dandy, hung high down to the 11, taken there by Irvin, running right, in trouble, down he goes. Very little punt return. Downfield, Larry Collins once again. A 43-yard kick by Ertzleben and a 1-yard return.
He exercised bad judgment on that play. I think, Jack, he was standing on the 10 and on the synthetic turf. you ought to take your chances. Let the ball bounce, and it'll normally bounce into the end zone. You get the ball in the 20 instead of being in the 10-yard line area after making the catch.
2:29 left in the half. Ball is marked down on the Los Angeles 13-yard line. Rams leading 14-0. And Cullen Bryant running right. Comes to the 15 and crunches out to about the 18-yard line.
Flag down on the play. Must be holding.
And a flag goes down. Fettersfield and Schwartz were the New Orleans tacklers. And a tripping call against Los Angeles. That'll be a major penalty. So instead of a 5-yard gain, the yards will be marked off against the Rams. Cal Lepore explains things to Reggie Mathis, the defensive captain. Tony Viteri is the head linesman. Banks Williams, the back judge. Jack Vaughn, the field judge. The umpire is Dave Hamilton. Gene Carabine, the line judge. Side judge is Grover Clemmer.
Tripping, number 6-0, offense, first down.
A tripping call against Los Angeles.
Dennis Harrah, the right guard of the Los Angeles Rams, tripping on the play. It's an unusual call for an offensive lineman.
Now the ball is all the way back to the Rams' 7-yard line. Motion by Billy Waddy. Ferragamo tosses to Bryant, running left. The linebacker Mathis chased him back in. He's tackled at the 10. He got 3 yards. Fettersfield covered him on the play.
Still can't understand why they don't run something up the middle, Jack. That flex defense. They pursue laterally very well because they've got 2 men off the line of scrimmage. It's kind of tough to run outside. Much, much better to run right at them.
Now we have the 2-minute warning. Ryan on that last play lost 3 yards. There's a pause in the action with the score. The Rams 14, the Saints nothing, and let's take time out.
That's the sound of the Delta Queen out of New Orleans. I'm Tommy Myers of the New Orleans Saints, and I'm spending the day, a very special day, with the big brothers and big sisters in New Orleans. There are 1,000 big brothers and big sisters here, and they're a great bunch of people, I'll tell you. These United Way volunteers give part of themselves to put love into the lives of lonely, troubled youngsters. You see, a boy or girl who comes from a single-parent home has needs that only someone's love can fulfill. A boy without a father needs a big brother. A special girl needs a big sister. That's what these United Way volunteers provide. Thanks to them, the United Way works here. And thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
The preceding message on behalf of the United Way has been brought to you by the National Football League. 2 minutes left in the half. Hank Stram and Jack Buck with you for CBS Radio. Brent Musburger will be joining us at halftime. The Rams have the ball at their own 10, second down and 13, and the Rams lead 14-0. They huddle up right at the goal line. Come out now with Rich Saul over the ball. He's hampered with a shin injury. This is his 156th game in a row.
One thing you have to be very careful when you throw against the Saints because Tommy Myers is very deep. I mentioned earlier, likes to look at the quarterback just where he stays it in the middle of the field. And there he is.
Going long downfield. Tommy Myers broke it down and almost intercepted, Hank. Just what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can't throw into the middle long when you see him playing center field because he's just going to stand back there about 15 yards deep, look at the quarterback, and just go right, drop back right where he throws the football. That time, Ferragamo squealed where he was going to throw the ball, threw it right down the middle. There, Tommy Myers was, number 37, right in the hole, and almost came up with an interception.
David Waymer, the rookie cornerback, was helping out on the play, and it's 3rd and 13.
And he tried to get the ball to Billy Waddy, but you have to throw the ball outside and away from Myers. You got to look him off. You got to look to the right, throw to the left, look to the left, throw to the right. But you can't just look at the ball being thrown down the middle because he'll suck it right up.
3rd down and 13. Wide receiver Drew Hill is to the right. Denard to the left. Ferragamo with a long count on 3rd down. Now it's delay of game. It'll cost him 5 yards. Make it 3rd and 18.
Tell you, really, both teams look very sluggish, don't they, Jack?
I think the Rams' defense appears to be everything you'd ask.
Oh yeah, no question. They look very good, but the offense has not been that outstanding.
3rd down and 18 now with 1:52 remaining in the half. And the Rams leading 14-0. Ball is back at their 5. Billy Waddy comes in as the 3rd wide receiver. Hill, Denard, and Waddy. Ferragamo drops into the end zone to throw. Sets up and throws to the right sideline. It's caught, but very short yardage out to the 12 and punting time for the Rams as Cullen Bryant caught the ball.
That time they flooded the area to the right side. The quarterback, Reed, has to be to that side, even though they had 3-on-3. He stayed to the right side, got the ball to Cullen Bryant, but it wasn't nearly enough for the first down. They wanted to get it away from there so they had some kicking room, and that's about all they succeeded in doing on that last pass play.
And Bryant went out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:46 left in the half. Frank Corral will kick from about the goal line to Wes Chandler, who stands at his 45.
And he's dangerous. He gets any chance at all from a running room standpoint. He puts a lot of pressure.
A booming punt back to the 35 of New Orleans. Chandler is taken right down.
Lucius Smith.
Lucius Smith again. He'd murder on those downfield tackles, didn't he, at the 36.
He looked like he was on a trolley line that time. Ran right at him, anticipated where he was going to make the catch. Lucius Smith. Boy, what a great open field tackle on 2 occasions.
That was a 53-yard kick by Frank Corral here in the Superdome, where the conditions are ideal. We have seen some dandy punting tonight. Now the Saints try to get on the board. They trail 14-0. They have 1:37 remaining in the half. With Wilson and Rogers, Manning straight back. First down pass. Drops it off short to Wilson, the running back. Dives across the 40 to the 41. He got 5 yards on the play, covered by Jim Youngblood. Hurry-up offense for New Orleans.
They're playing the outside receivers tight, and they're playing man-for-man on the backs, and so it's kind of tough. You don't have much running room.
1:15 left in the half as Manning takes another step.
There's a back.
Throws it off and threw badly to Wayne Wilson. It'll be 3rd and 5. Incomplete, Johnny Johnson covering, but he could have caught the ball, but Manning was off target.
I think Archie Manning is hurting all over. He's got a rib cage on. I know his shoulder is bothering him. So is his chest bone. He's had a broken nose early in the season.
We saw how good he could be in the Pro Bowl last year in Hawaii, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. He's really a great player. Terrific leader, great competitor.
Speaking of the Pro Bowl, hold everything out there in Hawaii. Hang on till February 1st. We'll be out to see it. 3rd down and 5 now from their own 40-yard line for New Orleans. Delaney, the 5th defensive back, is in for the Rams.
Double cover the outside receiver, a back of the tight
Manning
end.
Steps up in the pocket, and he fumbles the ball. Recovered by New Orleans at about their 33, but they will have to punt the ball. That was the 3rd down play. Recovered by John Hill, the center.
And Youngblood.
Larry Brooks putting on the pressure.
And they put a lot of pressure on him, is right. Youngblood was close by also to make the play.
So a 4th down play and a punt coming up with 54 seconds remaining in the half. And the Rams will get the ball again. Larry Brooks is the one who knocked the ball out of the hand of Archie Manning. And Larry, we have a timeout with 54 seconds left in the half.
Larry Brooks, the right tackle, is a very underrated, unheralded player. He's really done a super job for the Rams, and I don't think he gets nearly the credit that he deserves. He's 6'3", 253. played his football at Virginia State in Petersburg. 9-year pro, 30 years old, but he's a super player.
Archie Manning has been sacked 5 times this evening, and the New Orleans offense is almost non-existent against his very good Ram defensive unit.
They came into the game with 32 sacks, and they've got 5 here tonight, makes it 37.
Rams lead 14-0 with 54 seconds remaining in the half. Leroy Irvin is back to get the kick from Erxleben out of Texas. There's his kick, and it's high and deep, and a fair catch is called for at about the 20-yard line. Irvin takes it right at the 20. He saw the New Orleans man racing downfield. Gordon Brooks, the wide receiver, he called for the fair catch on a 48-yard punt. Rams have 46 seconds to add to the score.
And they have to be very careful that they don't do something foolish trying to get something quickly and easy and make a mistake and provide the Saints with an opportunity to get something on the board before halftime.
The ball at the 20 of Los Angeles. Ferragamo's going to throw. Looking over the middle, throws it long now, and it is intercepted. Running back with the ball, New Orleans, down to the 35-yard line is Ricky Ray. His first interception of the year, and that's just what you said they shouldn't do, Hank.
Can't believe that he would do something like that. Didn't have any chance whatsoever. I think the Saints had a substitution problem. I don't know what the call is, or somebody had there was a problem of some kind. Let's see what they call.
The flag was thrown. And they talk it over. Evidently a procedure call.
12 men on the field for the defense.
That's what I thought. I saw the player run on the field and then run back off. There was confusion. That's what it was. 12 men on the field, the Canadian football play.
So that nullifies the interception, moves the ball out to the 25 of Los Angeles. Here's the referee, Cal Lepore.
Still can't believe that he threw that ball into that traffic.
So here with 12 men on the field for the defense, it's first down.
It's first down and 5, 12 men on the field. Earlier, the Saints didn't have enough on the field when they're going to punt, and they had to call a timeout. Now 12 men on the field nullifies the interception. They would have had the ball at the 35 of Los Angeles. Now first and 5 for the Rams at their own 25. We're set to go again. 38 seconds left in the half.
They probably run the ball right at that left side. I would think they would. Here they come.
Here up the middle is Wendell Tyler, popping it open for a first down across the 40, out to the 43-yard line.
Read the play very well. Play was designed to go between the left guard and left tackle. They were in an odd spacing, a 3-man line. Ran back across the grain that time. Wendell Tyler did a beautiful job, and they pick up a nice chunk.
He touched down at the Los Angeles 42, a first down. 31 seconds remaining in the half. There's always plenty of postseason college football with CBS Radio Sports on most of these stations. The Sun Bowl in December, the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day. In January, the Senior Bowl, where the college seniors show their abilities. Depend on CBS Radio Sports for your favorite events all year long. And Thursday, Turkey Day, we shall have a doubleheader for you with the Bears at Detroit and Seattle at Dallas. I bet the Cowboys aren't looking forward to playing Seattle.
Well, they're a dangerous football team, as you can tell. As you know, we've done a couple of their games this season. They're very explosive. They're capable of moving the ball extremely well, and I was very surprised how well they play defensively.
They got after Oakland and did everything but win the game. Oakland came back and won it, only to stumble yesterday at Philadelphia. Well, Musburger will tell you all about it at halftime.
Yeah, I think anytime you have a quarterback that can improvise as well as Jim Zorn, why, you're going to have a snootful all evening long.
Rams have the ball at their own 42. They're trying to get more points here with 31 seconds remaining in the half. 5 defensive backs, including James Marshall, for New Orleans. Ferragamo, a first down pass. Throw zips it over the middle, and it's caught across midfield. And the tackle made by Kovac. Hicks, the tight end, caught it. He made a brilliant catch earlier. It's another first down. This one is to the 45 of New Orleans. And another timeout with 24 seconds left in the half. That's the last timeout for Los Angeles. 24 seconds remaining in the half. Frank Corral has kicked field goals as long as 47 yards this year, so they need a couple of first downs here before he's within range. Rams need about another 15 yards before they can try.
Well, the way the Saints are playing defensively, they're playing 3 deep. They're all very loose. There's a good chance that you could throw another pass in the middle area and then line up for the field goal. But normally without a timeout, it takes about 18 seconds to get your team on the field. The thing to do would be to line up and then throw the ball out of bounds to stop the clock and then line up for the field goal.
Waddy is to the right. Here's the running play, and Tyler moves down to the 41-yard line of New Orleans. And there's some extracurricular activity going on down there after the tackle. 16 seconds remaining in the half. Hurry-up offense by the Rams. Tyler picked up 5 yards.
Look at that middle area, Tommy
now the
Myers.
clock runs again, and Ferragamo throws incomplete to Waddy. And it stops the clock with 10 seconds remaining in the half.
We're going to try for the field goal right now with 10 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this will be a beauty, won't it? 10 seconds left in the half. The Rams leading 14-0. The line of scrimmage is the 41. That's 51. That'll be 58 yards. No, they're not going to try that. They're going to run from scrimmage.
Yeah, no way in the world. They should try it.
So they send the field goal unit back off the field. Would have been a 58-yard try. Instead, it is 3rd down and 5 from the New Orleans 41-yard line.
They got to run a sweep. It looks like the outside position to where they're playing. They can throw the ball again.
Ferragamo to the sideline, incomplete, and the intended receiver stumbled. That was Waddy going down the sideline. 4th down, 6 seconds left in the half. Don Schwartz covering. Now Frank Corral comes on.
Surprised they did that. They could have run a running play and taken up a lot of time, almost all of it, instead of throwing a ball and having it fall incomplete and then putting themselves in this position.
So Corral is going to, I'll be darned, he is going to try a field goal, unless it's a fake. The ball will be held by Cromwell.
The Saints are very concerned about the fact that it might be a fake. They're very loose.
58-yard try, and Corral's kick is short. Not by much. And no good, and the time runs out. 58-yard field goal try by Corral is no good, and the half is over with Los Angeles owning the only points. The gun sounding the end of the first half with the score, Los Angeles 14, the New Orleans Saints nothing. Hank Stram, you used to coach the New Orleans Saints. Do you find it awkward when you broadcast their games?
No, it really isn't that way, Jack, at all. If anything, it's a distinct advantage because you know the team so well. So from an artistic standpoint and broadcasting-wise, why it gives me a dimension that maybe I don't have with other teams because I know this team so well.
And it doesn't keep you from saying things that you want to say.
No, I think you have to be objective and subjective and say what is happening during the course of the game. And that's all we ever try to do, and it doesn't make any difference who the teams are.
See any shot for the Saints in the second half?
Well, I think I'm surprised that they're playing as well as they're playing defensively, although the stats don't show that they're playing very well with a total of 281 yards offense against 14 for New Orleans. I just don't think they're playing with very much enthusiasm or animation. They've made some substitution mistakes with 12 men on the field on one occasion and only 10 on another occasion. So that just tells you that the team is not alert and the people on the sideline are not alert.
And the one procedure call cost them the ball on an interception. Meanwhile, Jimmy Rogers goes back to take the kick from Frank Corral. You take away that halfback pass of the Rams, you'd have a very close game.
Yeah, and both occasions, the young cornerback, Ricky Ray, number 22, is involved in giving up the touchdown plays on both occasions.
But there seems to be little doubt that the Rams are headed for the playoffs. Of course, New Orleans could turn that around here. And a loss down here tonight would really hurt Los Angeles. And, of course, you know the plight of the Saints. They are 0-11.
And, of course, we saw last year the Saints playing the Oakland Raiders. They were way ahead at halftime and wound up losing the game. Incredible loss. So maybe, something can happen in the second half to bring them back to life.
Here is the kick by Frank Corral, sailing down toward the corner of the field. Rogers takes it, comes out to the 10. He's out to the 15 and dives across the 20-yard line near the 25. He was airborne there for a while when he was hit by Walt Arnold and knocked his legs out from under him.
It's a pretty good maneuver, Jack. They deliberately kicked the ball to the right corner, which means that the return has to come up the left side. He doesn't have the whole field to run on. He just has that area between the hash mark and the sideline. You get a lot of people to converge on the play, and they did a pretty good job with coverage on the last kickoff return.
Archie Manning tries to get his team rolling. Out over the ball is John Hill, the center. The guards are Emmanuel Sanders and Fred Sturt. And here's the first down pass and a little swing screen out here. And it is caught by Wilson, and he lost a couple of yards on the play. Fred Dreyer was all over him. They're tough to fool. These guys have been around for a long time.
Yeah, and really, New Orleans is not doing very much from a formation standpoint. They're staying in vanilla alignments, which means very simple alignments, and so they're not going to see anything new or different or deceptive from the formations that are being used.
And a loss of 2 on that screen pass. The Saints are going backwards. Jeff Delaney checks in, the extra defensive back for Los Angeles.
Well, they've come up with 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, 2nd and 15 so many times, and it's tough to be a quarterback when you have that situation. Now he's changing the play in the line of scrimmage.
And Manning is back to throw. Has time. Throws over the middle. Intercepted by the Rams out at the 40 of New Orleans. And the interception by Cromwell, his 6th of the year. And Manning is intercepted for the 16th time.
Yep, that time he automatic at the line of scrimmage. They gave him a look. Good protection that time. He throws the ball downfield, but Cromwell really makes a beautiful play. Comes up with the interception.
He walked right in front of the
Henry Childs. They were trying to get the ball to Childs, and of course, Henry has had some great years here, but going into this game, he came in as a sub and has only caught 9 balls so far this season.
So with 1 minute and 9 seconds gone in this quarter, the Rams get the ball back on an interception. And out of the eye, the give is to Peacock, who plays for the first time. He popped down to the 41-yard line, got 2 yards, ran into Derlin Moore and Don Reese.
Peacock is a much better runner on synthetic turf than he is on natural terrain. And a lot of people, a lot of college kids who play on synthetic turf find it a lot slower on natural terrain, and they seemingly are not nearly as effective. And this is the case with Peacock. He's much faster and much quicker on this kind of playing surface.
He's averaged 4.4 yards per carry. He's in the backfield with Cullen Bryant.
Well, that middle is very open. From a run standpoint, they haven't done it much.
Ferragamo back to throw. Fake short. Screens it off to the right, and it is caught by Cullen Bryant. He is hit at the 40 and thrown down at about the 38. A modest gain of 4 yards. Ken Bordelon, the linebacker, got him.
52 Kovac, I think, is a key. With him in the ball game at the middle linebacker position, you really should concentrate a lot of attention at running right at him or behind him in the middle area.
Ball is set down at the New Orleans 38-yard line. And it is 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. Jeff Moore checks in. Drew Hill goes out for the Rams as a wide receiver. And Miller is to the left side. Tight end Hicks on the left side. Ferragamo back to throw on 3rd and 5. And it is caught inside the 35-yard line for a first down. Sliding out was Cullen Bryant for a big fella. He has great hands coming into the game. He'd caught 35 passes.
And Ferragamo went backpedaled that time, did not turn and go back into the pocket, but backpedaled. He wanted to get a good read on the defense, wanted to make sure he threw a possession pass, threw it right on the money to Cullen Bryant, who made the catch in a first down, as you mentioned.
At the New Orleans 32-yard line. Bordelon and Ricky Ray were the tacklers, but they couldn't prevent the first down.
They're in a formation where they could run something in the middle, and that's vulnerable.
Here is Peacock cracking it up the middle, and he goes down to about the 26-yard line. And he got 6 yards on the carry. Grooms tackled him with Moore and Myers.
They'd get a lot more going at the middle linebacker by going straight at him rather than trying to roll into the hole. That time they ran into the middle with a draw play, Jack, and again, the middle area would be much more vulnerable if they just ran at it straight ahead.
11:15 remaining in the third quarter. The Rams leading 14-0. They have the ball at the New Orleans 26, and it is 2nd down and 4.
Somebody will go in motion from this formation. They have a full house. There he goes.
And Ferragamo gives the ball to Peacock, running right, makes his cut. He is hit at the 25-yard line and taken down. He is short of a first down by about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. Mike Fultz was the tackler. He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yes, he's big and he's strong, and we drafted him number 2 in 1977, but he played his collegiate football in Nebraska, and he's a big, strong guy who has good speed and quickness, 6'5", 280, a 4-year pro from the University of Nebraska.
Victor Hicks is joined by Walt Arnold, the rookie out of New Mexico, 2 tight ends for the Rams. Bryant and Peacock in the backfield. 3rd down and 2 from the New Orleans 25. Rams going from our left to our right. Ferragamo gives to Peacock, running left, makes his cut, bounces off the tackle, gets a first down. He's to the 20-yard line and down inside the 20. Well, they put it right at the 20-yard line of New Orleans. A first down. Myers finished off the play. They look like they could run all night, Hank. Not big chunks, but 4, 5, 6 at a time.
All you have to do is be patient. Just keep moving the chains and get into the end zone. That's all they have to do, and they've done that very well, moving the ball down the field between the 20s, and then they got inside and they tried to throw the ball and got themselves in trouble.
Hicks, the tight end, on the right side next to Jackie Slater, the right tackle. And on first down from the 20-yard line, Vince Ferragamo back to throw. Fakes short, throws long into the end zone, and it is incomplete. He got it into the arms of Drew Hill, but out of bounds. Covered by David Waymer of Notre Dame.
Waymer, they had no chance at all to make that play work because Waymer was way on the outside of the receiver when he released from the line of scrimmage. He maintained outside leverage because he had number 37 in the middle protecting him the inside. There was no way in the world to throw the ball outside like he did except to complete it out of bounds.
In that defensive scheme of things, Hank, if you're outside, you'll always have help, or at least you should have help inside.
That's exactly right. And he tried to run inside and get his knees turned, but he didn't have enough room to run the pattern. 2nd
down and 10 from the New Orleans 20 for the Rams, who lead 14-0. Another pass coming up. Ferragamo looks, throws into the end zone inside the 5. Incomplete. Trying to get the ball was the tight end Victor Hicks, and Tommy Myers was all over him.
There again, I think they gave a shot. They gave him a shot and
now
will be called.
Flag back upfield. Did they hit the quarterback?
I think so, Jack. I think that's what they call. We'll see.
If it was Mike Fultz roughing the passer. Anything to the head, they're going to throw that flag.
Yeah, he tried to give him a little facial that time and got caught.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, 72, defense first.
Against Mike Fultz. And it is down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal right at the 10. We have 9:22 remaining in the scoreless third quarter. Rams have the ball after an interception a while back. The crowd didn't like that call. Through the flag.
That middle is, I hate to keep talking about it, but it's there and they haven't run it.
Here's a toss to Peacock, running right on a slant. He gets down near the 8-yard line. Somebody lost a shoe. The ball comes rolling out. And Peacock picked up 2.5 yards.
watched Kovac, the middle linebacker, on that kind of a play. When you advertise sweep, he has great lateral movement. As soon as he sees the ball go right or left, he's right there in good pursuit to make a play. He's so anxious to get out of the middle area that for that reason, you should be able to run right at him in good shape. And they haven't tried to do it very much.
So it is 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Ray Brown checks in as the strong safety, and Schwartz is the one who's having trouble with his footwear. 2nd down and goal from the 8. After the interception and after the roughing call, here's Peacock running left, cuts back, he gets to the 5. He's tackled at the 5, and it'll be 3rd and goal. They never do take it straight ahead, Hank.
No, they keep going sideways, and that's the best thing the Saints do. They pursue. They're in a flex defense. They got people off the line of scrimmage, so it's difficult to run outside. Much easier to go right at them. That's where they're most vulnerable.
Bordelon and Fultz were the tacklers. It's 3rd and goal from the 5. We're coming up on the 8-minute mark remaining in the scoreless 3rd quarter. The Rams maintaining their 14-0 lead, which they enjoyed at halftime. Peacock and Bryant in the backfield. Hicks, the tight end, is on the right side. 3rd and goal from the 5 for Pregame.
It's a passing formation. There they go.
Throw. He looks, and now he's on the run. He throws into the corner, and incomplete. Incomplete down in the corner. He tried to get it to Willie Miller. David Waymer covering. Field goal time for the Rams. So it'll be 22 yards. 7:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Nolan Cromwell will hold the ball. Corral has missed 2 very long field goal tries in this game. The Rams trying to make it 17-0. Snap from center is good. Cromwell gets it down. The kick is good. And Los Angeles has all the points, and they have 17 of them with 7:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They intercepted and went in for 3. And with the score, the Rams 17, New Orleans nothing. Let's take time out. Nolan Cromwell intercepted for the 6th time. Then the Rams went 38 yards, 11 plays, 6 minutes, 9 seconds. Field goal by Corral. They lead 17-0. Jimmy Rogers waits for the kickoff. Corral will be kicking from our left to our right. New Orleans has been stopped cold. They have, in fact, minus yardage with regard to their total offense. Tell you about it after the kickoff. Here's the kick high and deep to Rogers on the goal line. Back on the goal line, up the middle, and he comes out to the 20-yard line and is driven back. Total yards to this point, total offense. The Rams 313 and New Orleans 12. The tackler downfield was Walt Arnold, the tight end for the Rams. 313-12 total yardage. First downs 12-2 Los Angeles. And the Rams are doing both. Rushing 141, passing 172. Passing for New Orleans minus 17 yards. And they have the ball at their 21. First down, the running play, and cutting it back the other way. Wayne Wilson against the grain comes out for pretty good yards. Across the 25, stretches out to the 27. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
News, talk, and sports 24 hours a day on News Talk 85, KOA Denver.
Wayne Wilson just picked up 6 yards. Johnny Johnson, the rookie out of Texas, made the tackle with Pat Thomas. 2nd down and 4, Los Angeles trying to get their 3rd first down of the evening. They're in the I formation. And here comes the same running back, Wayne Wilson. He is smacked at the line of scrimmage and was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, the fans here in the Superdome obviously boo the selection made by the quarterback, but Archie Manning, after being sacked 5 times, he's trying to slow down the rush a little bit by running at him to keep him honest, and he really has a hard time making any yardage on any running play, although he made 6 in the first play. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The Saints have had only 2 plays that have gone for more than 6 yards. Jeff Delaney checks in defensively for the Rams. 3rd down and 5 from their own 27-yard line for New Orleans.
Four-man rush.
Back to throw, out to the sideline, caught for a first down by Wayne Wilson. Tackled, or there was Gordon Banks who caught the ball, the tight end, the rookie out of Stanford, and he was bumped out of bounds by Cromwell. But a first down for New Orleans and a chance for the Saints fans to cheer.
Gordon Banks is 5'9", 175 pounds, a rookie from Stanford, an outside receiver, and they say he has good speed. And he did a pretty good job on that last play, catching the ball and going out of bounds.
At the New Orleans 34. 6:04 left in the 3rd quarter. And now Manning on first down. Fakes to Rodgers. Back to pass. Throws long. The man's open. Ike Harris catches it at the 40. Down to the 30. He is out of bounds at the 30-yard line of the Rams. Pat Thomas bumped out Ike Harris, and a beautifully thrown ball by Archie Manning.
Play action fake. He went into the post. Went into the post. Pat Thomas took the sniff inside. He broke to the outside. The ball was right on target. And Ike Harris makes a big play for the New Orleans Saints.
Play covered 36 yards. Well, if they could make a touchdown on this drive or get some points, they could make a game out of it. New Orleans trailing by the score of 17-0. Harris comes left. Wes Chandler is to the right. Tight end Childs on the left side. First down play and a give to Rodgers, running left, and Rodgers is stopped for a loss of a yard. There to get him with big Mike Fanning, along with Jack Reynolds, the inside linebacker.
The player that really stopped that play initially was Rod Perry, the right cornerback, who came up very quickly to make the force. Made him cut back to the inside. By the time he did, the inside pursuit caught up with him. Now the Rams come in with their 5 defensive backs, and they've really done a super job with that situation.
That's Jeff Delaney out of Pittsburgh. He is the extra back, and it's 2nd down. We'll still call it 10. He lost a half a yard at the 30-yard line of New Orleans.
They blitzed the safety some on this kind of a situation in the past.
The lone setback is Rodgers. Manning back
Here
to
comes
throw.
the safety blitz.
There's the blitz, and the pass is thrown incomplete in front of the intended receiver, Henry Childs. It is being covered by the linebacker, Joe Harris. So after the long pass to Ike Harris, New Orleans can't do any more.
Johnny Johnson, the strong safety blitz that time, so they're coming from all angles.
What do the Rams think of Johnny Johnson, who caused all that furor in the Rams camp?
Well, they evidently like him very much because he's their starting strong safety. Made it 2 interceptions coming into this game, but he wouldn't be playing unless they like him very much, and they do that.
It is 3rd down and 10 from the Los Angeles 30-yard line for the Saints.
They're up there very tight again. Cromwell is faking the blitz. Roll out. There's a rollout again.
Manning hit as he throws and incomplete. He tried to get it downfield, Ike Harris. You know, Hank, a lot of times when the quarterback comes up to read that defense, he gives the defense a chance to do a little reading of their own. And sometimes a quick snap will keep. There's a flag down on the field. And we have holding against New Orleans. That was 3rd down and 10 thrown incomplete. A lot of times that quick snap will work in the favor of the offense.
Yes, you have to be very involved in knowing when you snap the ball. We used to keep track on the sideline to make sure that we didn't go on 2. The obvious tendency, Jack, is to go on 2 all the time.
Number 41, defense, penalties decline, it's 4th down.
Jimmy Rodgers, the running back, was holding its decline.
And so anyway, if you go on 2, the rhythm of the offense is picked up by the defense, and you have a hard time licking that defense. But if you change the pace, go on 1, go on quick counts, go on 2, go on 3, why you have much more of an advantage on the defensive personality.
Bobby Scott will hold, and Benny Ricardo will try a 47-yard field goal. That's his longest of the year. He made one from 47. A good job of getting the ball down by Scott, and the kick, no good, off to the right. It was long enough, but off to the right, and the Saints are still blanked with 4:54 remaining in the 3rd quarter. A timeout on the field with the score, the Rams 17 and the Saints nothing. We'll have two games for you on Thanksgiving afternoon on CBS Radio. The Bears at Detroit. Lindsey Nelson calling that one. And then Hank Stram and I will be in Dallas for the Seattle game. The Rams have the ball at their own 30. First down, they lead 17-0. Peacock and Bryant in the backfield. Ferragamo hands off to Peacock, and he uses the block of Cullen Bryant to move across the 35 for 6 yards. Tackled by Kovash, the middle linebacker, and Ken Bordelin.
The mesh between the quarterback, the fullback, and also the offensive lineman were not good that time, but in spite of that, he still was able to pick up 6 yards on the play.
Out to the 36 of the Rams with 4:25 left in the third quarter. On 2nd and 4. Ferragamo tosses to Bryant. Bryant dances to the 40, gets a first down, and is wrestled down out at the 43-yard line. There's a nasty toss that Ferragamo gave Bryant down around his thighs, but he caught the ball, Hank.
Yes, he did. And did a good job of picking up the necessary yardage. Normally on that kind of a play, you want to make sure that you get the ball just about 2 feet out in front of the numbers of the player that you're tossing the ball to, so he catches the ball in stride and doesn't have to break the rhythm of his run.
Bryant has carried 7 times, 42 yards. Wendell Tyler played most of the first half. Now it's Peacock, and he's running with it again. Running outside, he moves out to the 45-yard line, and he got 1 yard. Schwartz tackled him along with Bordelon.
Really
2nd and 9.
Hard to understand why they don't attack that middle area. They still haven't done it. They keep trying to go outside and to the right and left outside, but the middle is very vulnerable.
Yeah, to think that they've never run up the middle, Hank, that's the big point.
Yeah, that's right. That's very surprising.
We have coming up on the 3-minute mark remaining in the third quarter now. The ball is at the Rams' 45s.
And especially with Kovacs playing a middle linebacker position.
2nd down and 8.
Well, they got the defensive end off the line of scrimmage this time in the flex.
Ferragamo's going to put it up in the air. He looks and throws. He throws long, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it out to Drew Hill. Good coverage by David Waymer, and the pass thrown incomplete, out of bounds. 3rd down and 8.
He didn't really do a good job of selling the inside move and get the knees of Waymer turned so he could make the outside move. And then finally when he made the move, why, he was out of room and no chance to make the play whatsoever.
Ferragamo, 12 out of 19, 141 yards, and 1 interception. There was another that was nullified by a penalty.
In the passing formation, the other thing is they haven't run many draws at all.
Moore is in as a wide receiver for the Rams on 3rd and 8. Here's Ferragamo throwing the ball to Moore to the sideline. He went out of bounds with the ball, incomplete, and the Rams will have to punt. Coverage by Waymer and Tommy Myers. And the Rams leading 17-0. Will be punting the ball. 2:41 remaining in the third quarter. Rams led at the half by the score of 14-0. They don't seem to be in much trouble in this game, do they?
No, not at all. But that's when you have to be very careful. All of a sudden you make a mistake on a punt return or some kind of a mistake they make offensively. They intercept the pass, and all of a sudden they get back in the ball game. So you got to be careful.
Corral, who does the place kicking and the punting, is going to kick to David Waymer, who stands inside his 15-yard line. And the kick to the sidelines is a terrible kick, and it goes out of bounds. It goes out of bounds, let me see, at the 35 of New Orleans. So the Saints get it with 2:35 left in the third quarter, a 19-yard kick by Frank Corral. There's a timeout on the field with a score. The Rams 17, the Saints nothing. 2:35 left in the third quarter. New Orleans has the ball at their own 35-yard line. They're moving from our right to our left.
You know, the Saints have played all evening long like they were waiting for something to happen. They have to start playing like they want to make something happen. They haven't shown that kind of an attitude at all here tonight. Play action.
And here is Manning being sacked back in the backfield, back inside the 30-yard line. Mike Fanning and Fred Dreyer were both in there, and Fanning knocked him down.
Fred Dreyer was the one who got through there in good shape, number 89, and of course he's very quick off the ball. He's a defensive right end, and the offensive tackle, Taylor, that's the second time he's had trouble blocking.
And that's the 6th time that Archie Manning has been sacked, and now it's 2nd down and long, 2nd and 16. And that gives the Rams an opportunity to get the extra defensive back in there.
It makes 38 sacks for the Saints offense. And the Rams defense came in with 34 sacks, so that makes it 40 sacks for the year.
Akron, the linebacker, is in there for the Rams on 2nd down. Here's Manning back to throw. He throws downfield. Childs caught it. He is at midfield. He's down to the Rams 45. And he has a first down, and now we have a flag down in the backfield of New Orleans. And it is going to be holding, I think. Yep. Holding against New Orleans nullifies the play, which would have been at the Ram 44.
Archie Manning delivered that beautifully that time, and Henry Childs, who was an excellent tight end, who has been in disfavor with this operation this season for some reason or other. He's only come into the game with 9 catches, but there was a great illustration of the kind of potential and ability that he has. Caught the ball in traffic, but it's nullified, as you mentioned, by the penalty.
Childs, 6'2", 220 out of K-State, his 8th year.
Holding, number 6'8", offense, second down.
Fred Sturt, the guard, was caught for holding with 1:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's the 2nd time that Sturt has been flagged. And it is 2nd down and 26 for New Orleans.
There's been a lot of talk about missing Conrad Dobler, but I sincerely feel that they have missed him because he was a great leader and added the dimension to an offensive line that they really haven't had all season long.
Here Manning back to throw. He looks and throws, and it's tipped and incomplete. Somebody threw a paper airplane and went right in front of the face of Archie Manning, who's waiting for the snap. He tried to get that pass out to Henry Childs. Joe Harris, the linebacker, was holding against him.
Now
a flag has been thrown.
They roughed the quarterback, automatic first down for the New Orleans Saints.
Well, it would have been 3rd and 26. But it's roughing. It's hard to tell the difference between those orange airplanes and the yellow flags that are being thrown down there.
That's really tough when you have 2nd and 28 or 2nd and 25, and you give them some kind of an opportunity to maintain possession and get a first down. It was on Freddie Dreyer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 89. Defense, it's first down.
Fred Dreyer got him. They put the ball down on the New Orleans 35. A first down. 1:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mike Harris comes to the left. And Gordon Banks is the other wide receiver. Chandler is out. He was ill at the start of the night. And here is the left guard. Zanders moving before the snap count, and that'll cost New Orleans 5. First and 15 at the New Orleans 30.
Chandler comes into the game at the split end position, number 89.
Full start, 79, moving before the snap. Offense, first down.
They call the false start against Emmanuel Sanders.
And Gordon Banks, number 80, comes out and is substituted by Wes Chandler.
First and 15 for New Orleans. Wayne Wilson is out. 3 wide receivers, including Tom Donovan. First and 15. Manning is back to throw. He looks, he throws to the sideline, incomplete. He tried to get it to Chandler. Perry had heavy coverage. Chandler couldn't get anywhere near it.
That was a delayed blitz that time, too. It didn't look like they were going to blitz a linebacker. He faked like he was going back into coverage and then finally blitzed on the play. Joe Harris is who we're talking about. Finally got Archie Manning a little bit concerned and threw the ball poorly.
Manning is 9 out of 20, 62 yards, 1 intercepted. Of course, no touchdowns. Saints trail 17-0 with 1:39 remaining in the third quarter. Harris goes to the right. Chandler to the left along with Gordon Banks. 2nd and 15. Manning going to put it up again. The blitz is on, and he is sacked for the 7th time back inside the 15-yard line.
They not only sacked the quarterback, they sacked the left tackle. He was so deep in the backfield that both of them got sacked on the play.
That's the 7th time that Archie has been sacked.
James Taylor looks like he's got roller skates on at left tackle, trying to block the defensive right end Dreyer.
Dreyer's the one who got in there and wrapped up Archie Manning.
And he put a double dip on both of them.
7 sacks for 51 yards against New Orleans. Now it's 3rd down and an acre. 3rd down and 25. 3rd down and 25 for New Orleans back at their 20-yard line. Manning back to throw again. He looks and throws, and it is out across the 40-yard line and incomplete to Ike Harris, who tried to make a sprawling catch of that one, and the Saints will have to punt. Russell Erxleben has been busy all evening punting that ball. 58 seconds remaining in the half. Leroy Urban back to get it.
As high as Erxleben kicks the ball, he's got a good shot at kicking that gondola. And he's done it on occasions.
He's kicked 7 times. He's averaged 47 yards a kick. He booms this one high, and Urban comes up to take it on the 35, runs left, avoids a tackle, avoids another, but then he's down at the 40-yard line. We have 46 seconds left in the third quarter. There was a 46-yard punt and a 6-yard return, the tackle by Joe Fetterspiel. And now with the score, the Rams 17, the Saints nothing. Let's take time out. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. The Rams have the ball at their own 39. They have the only points of this period. 3. They led 14-0 at the half, 17-0 now. Peacock, the tailback, behind Cullen Bryant. Ferragamo back to throw on first down outside, caught at the 45, and down past midfield goes Willie Miller. Ricky Ray covering him, but some easy yards for the Rams.
Ricky Ray that time was back there where the bus was parked. Very deep. Was able to throw in front of him in good shape.
To the 47 of New Orleans. And a first down. Don Reese is shaken up on the play. Some of the fans here in New Orleans have taken to wearing paper bags over their head, which says 0-11, and some tears running down below the eye slots. They call them the New Orleans Aints rather than Saints because of their record of 0-11. They asked the owner of the club about the coach, wondering what his status was, and the owner said, well, we'll let the record speak for itself. If I was a coach, that wouldn't sound too good to me.
No. And, of course, you know, Jack, the sad thing about what's happening here in New Orleans is the fact that this is such a great football city and a great football area.
And what a place to play, Hank.
Oh, it's fantastic. You got everything in the world that you want. The fans are just fantastic and super. And it's just a shame that the situation is like it is in New Orleans because it should be a great franchise.
The injured player is Don Reese of the New Orleans Saints, the defensive end. Tommy Hart has come into the game. That Hart can really get after the passer.
Yes, he can, but the guy they like is Reese, because Reese has really been a very outstanding rusher for them. They like Hart more against the run, and they like Reese more against the pass.
And it is Don Reese being helped off the field. This is his 7th year out of Jackson State. Some of his teammates come out to help him. Right leg injured in some fashion.
Yeah, I always hate to see that. You don't know what the injury is, but you always hate to see when they have to assist him to get him off the field.
New Orleans will play here at home against Minnesota next Sunday. Then they play at San Francisco, at the Jets, and then home against New Orleans. The Rams next
play the Jets in Los Angeles at Buffalo. They entertain Dallas in a Monday night game, which we shall be broadcasting for you. And then they'll play Atlanta, the final game of the regular season at Los Angeles, and that could be for the marbles. First down at the New Orleans 47 for the Rams. Threw a pass on first down moments ago. And another pass coming up from Ferragamo. He airs it out way downfield. And Drew Hill finds it incomplete. Now they're hollering about offensive interference, but there is no call.
There was no chance for either play to make the play, and that's why they called it like they did, I think, Jack. It was an honest, both players were trying to go for the ball. The ball was thrown way out in front. And for that reason, they didn't call the penalty.
Drew Hill ran up the legs of David Waymer. If they had thought that the New Orleans man could have intercepted, then they might have thrown that interference
You're
play.
absolutely right. But when they feel that there's no play whatsoever, they will not call a pass interference.
Jeff Moore is in as a wide receiver for the Rams. He's wide right, second down and 10 from the New Orleans 47 with 1 second left in the period. Ferragamo tosses to Peacock, running left. He is hit at the 45 and taken down at the 44-yard line of New Orleans. It'll be third down and about 5 coming up when we start the fourth quarter. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Rams 17 and New Orleans nothing. Third and long coming up for the Rams. Third down and 7 from the 44 of New Orleans as we start the fourth quarter. The Rams have made only 2 first downs out of 10 tries in this game. Total yards after 3 periods, the Rams 341 and New Orleans 45 yards.
It's hard to believe.
And 11 yards passing with a fellow like Archie Manning, who coming into tonight's game had 2,500 passing yards.
Yes, and I think he was the 5th leading passer in the NFC.
Mike Gooman is in the backfield. He threw a touchdown pass earlier in the game for the Rams, so the Saints will have to watch that. As we start the fourth quarter, Hank Stram and Jack Buck with you from New Orleans in the Superdome for CBS Radio. Ferragamo brings his club out.
Alex Price is in at left tackle, and it has been for some time for Mike Fultz.
On third down, Ferragamo back to throw. A little bit of pressure, and he is sacked back beyond midfield by Derlin Moore. Moore finally got to him. Ferragamo is dropped beyond midfield the second time he's been sacked. And punting time for Frank Corral.
Even though they've accumulated a lot of yardage, Jack, the offensive personality of the Rams have not been that impressive here tonight, has it?
No, not really. To repeat, take away that halfback pass that gave them 7 points, why the Saints would still be in it. Wes Chandler waits for the kick from Frank Corral. He'll get it away from his 35. It's a good snap. He angles for the sideline. Sails it high. It comes down to Chandler at the 80, and he fumbles the ball. And it is recovered at the 1-yard line by the Rams. Down there with the ball is Lucius Smith. He hit him, he recovered the fumble, and he has it at the 1.
I can't believe that's the third big play he has made. On 2 other occasions, he came right down, got a beat on Chandler, made the open field tackle right about the time he got the ball. That time he did the same thing. Although but he scraped the ball loose to recover the fumble on the 1-yard line.
What a one-man gang, isn't he?
What a fantastic play by that young man, Lucius Smith, number 23, who played his collegiate football at Cal State Fullerton, a rookie.
Now the 49-yard punt by Frank Corral. He is sort of exploding the myth that a kicker can't do both punt and place kick. He's doing both rather well.
He really is, and that's a tough job to do for one guy. Not many people in the league have been able to do that, but he has very successfully.
It is first and goal from the 1-yard line as Lucius Smith really gives the Rams a big, big play. The Rams leading 17-0. Have Gooman and Bryant in the backfield. Saul over the ball to snap it to Ferragamo. And the give to Gooman, and he didn't get it. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. He tried to hurdle over the right side. There was nothing there. What a big play by Lucius Smith. He made the tackle, caused the fumble, recovered the fumble, got it at the 1-yard line. That's the kind of a play that a special teams player dreams about.
Yes, exactly right. And that's the kind of a play you dream about as a coach, especially in this kind of a game. It's so important to make something big happen offensively, defensively, or with your specialty team. And that's a big bonus when you play on a field that's 1 yard long and the other teams play on one that's 90 yards long.
Peacock joins Cullen Bryant in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Out of the I formation with a wing back. 2nd man through is Peacock, and a touchdown. Slanted over the right side behind Jackie Slater and Dennis Harrah, and that makes it 23-0. Elvis Peacock, who played at Oklahoma, knows how to get into that end zone.
Yes, he's had a lot of practice at that.
And this year for him, that is his 7th rushing touchdown. And the Saints on offense have had only 4 rushing touchdowns all year.
And that's a surprising thing about what's happened here tonight. They haven't, you didn't think they would do a very good job running the football, especially since they gave away Chuck Muncie and they don't have Tony Galbraith is not even playing. So they're not rushing the ball very well, but they've thrown it extremely well, and they haven't been able to do that here tonight.
Corral trying to make it 39 in a row. Cromwell did a good job on a high snap. He got it down. The kick is good. And the score has now mounted to 24-0 with 14:08 left in the game. With the score, Los Angeles 24 and New Orleans nothing. Let's take time out. The New Orleans Saints in deep trouble now, trailing 24-0 with 14:08 left. Corral will kick off. Jimmy Rogers is waiting deep at the goal line. Earlier this year, on the 2nd of November, the Rams defeated New Orleans 45-31. Here's a booming kick deep into and out of the end zone. Over the end line will come out to the 20-yard line.
Oh, what a great kick by Corral that time. He pumped it deep into the end zone, about 9 yards deep.
He's doing everything. Earlier in the game, he came into the contest to try a field goal and had some tape on his shoe, and the officials said that was illegal, and they ran him out. It looked like that might be a pivotal point in the game, but it's changed since then.
Yes, that's definitely true. And when they made that decision to have Corral do both before the season, I really thought it was a mistake, Jack, but it's proven to be a good move.
On 1st down, here's Manning back to throw. Pops it over the middle, and it's caught by Jimmy Rogers at the 30 for a 1st down. Pass to Rogers, upended by Pat Thomas. They have 2 very good cornerbacks on this Ram team.
Yeah, they really do. Pat Thomas, who came into the game with 3 interceptions, and Rod Perry, who missed the early part of the season, has 4 interceptions, and that's very unusual for cornerbacks to get that many interceptions. They've got 7.
And Cromwell got one here tonight, and he has 6. He is their free safety. The ball at the New Orleans 31, a 1st down. Archie Manning back to throw. Stays in the pocket and zips it incomplete out to the other running back, Wayne Wilson. He went high to try to catch it, and George Andrews walloped him.
The Rams are using a 4-3 alignment most of the time with 1 middle linebacker, so the thing that's very effective against that kind of a setup on passing situations early is to have your backs cross, have the outside receivers go deep downfield, and then cross the backs and make the middle linebacker make a decision. One of the 2 people normally is open. He was open on both occasions. That time the ball was thrown a little bit too high and falls incomplete.
The 5th defensive back, Jeff Delaney, comes in.
Now they're in a bad situation with 2nd and long with the 5 defensive backs.
And let's see if the Rams are coming. They show the blitz. Manning back to throw. He zips it over the middle, and it is caught by Wes Chandler beyond the 40, out to the 41. Has a 1st down. He hasn't caught many passes tonight. That was his first. So the pass to Chandler on a little curl pattern.
Delaney was covering on the play, made a good inside move, made the catch, and a 1st down for the Saints.
They distributed 59,000 tickets. They have 5,600 no-shows, and the actual attendance of 53,448 here in the Superdome tonight. The ball at the 41 of New Orleans. They've moved from their 20. This really is their best drive of the night. Here's Manning swinging a little screen pass out here to Rogers, gets a couple of blocks, and spins out to midfield for 9 yards on the play. Reynolds spun him down.
Reggie Doss that time came very, very close to making a play on that pass thrown to Rogers from Archie Manning. But Archie threw it right between in good shape, and they pick up another first. Or close to the first down, isn't it?
9 yards.
Yep.
And second down. Manning, 12 out of 25, 92 yards, 1 intercepted, and he's been sacked 7 times. Second down and 1. Wilson and Rogers in the backfield. And here's the fake draw, and Manning back to throw, and it is intercepted by Los Angeles. Coming back with the ball is Cromwell again, and he's down to the New Orleans territory and tackled at the 30-yard line.
Boy, Cromwell really made a great play. Archie tried to hit Henry Childs on the outside, and Nolan Cromwell came out of no place to make that great interception.
That's his second of the night and his 7th of the year. And he was tackled by Henry Childs, the tight end, at the 30-yard line of New Orleans.
He was a great player. He's a quarterback at the University of Kansas. Tremendous speed. Had some knee problems, but recovered nicely. But he's a great athlete.
He walked in and intercepted that Archie Manning pass, the second of the evening, picked off against Archie. Now the Rams, already leading 24-0, have a chance for more. They're in the eye. And here is a toss to Gooman, who bobbles the ball and runs on a slant play for about 4 yards on the play. He was in the backfield with Gerald Thomas, a rookie out of San Jose State. Ken Bordelon made the tackle.
Ferragamo made a very bad pitch again.
He's done that frequently tonight.
He's doing it too hard, and he's too low, and the back that time was very lucky to make the catch. Mike Gooman, number 44.
He bobbled it twice before he put it away and got down to the 26 of New Orleans.
That's right. It looked like a fast break, a double bounce.
11 minutes remaining in the game. 2nd and 6.
Can't understand why they haven't run anything up the middle. That's amazing.
Here's a slant play, and breaking it is Thomas. He's down inside the 10 before he stopped. And he gets a first down at the 8. It's 1st and goal, and Waymer made the saving tackle. That Gerald Thomas, 5'10", 223 out of San Jose State, and he really popped in there.
See, did he get off the mark that time? Well, he really flew into the hole, didn't he?
Down to the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. First and goal with 10:20 remaining in the game and the clock running. Quite a few people have left the Superdome. They're in the I formation. Well, they've got a depth of running backs on this Los Angeles team. Ferragamo gives to the tailback, and that's Gooman inside the 5 down to the 2. He got 6 yards. Mike Gooman, the 210-pound rookie out of Penn State, got down to the 2. The Saints are hollering about a holding call, but there is none. Waymer made the tackle.
Looked like they were maybe squeaking a little bit about the fact they might have recovered a fumble. Didn't look like it from here, though, did it, Jack?
I didn't see that ball come loose at all, Hank.
No, I didn't either.
The ball's down to the 2, and it's 2nd down and goal. After Cromwell intercepted and was tackled at the New Orleans 30, they've moved right down to try to add to their 24-point total. Rams going from our right to our left. They have a full house backfield now. Peacock joining Gooman. And here's Peacock running right, hauled down on the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. Fetterspiel, the linebacker, got in and jumped on the back of Elvis Peacock.
He got a good jump on the ball that time, and here again, there was no threat of anything inside. 3 backs in the backfield. That's what we talk about when we say full house backfield. It's a good formation. It's a balanced formation, which means that you can go right or left because you have 2 tight ends, 3 running backs, but Fetterspiel made a great play.
The Rams call a timeout with 8:57 remaining in the game. They have 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. A timeout on the field with the score, the Rams 24 and the Saints nothing. $8:57 left in the game. 3rd and goal from the 4 for the Rams. 2 tight ends are in there, Victor Hicks and Walt Arnold. Tight end has always been a strong position for the Rams, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been.
Bob Klein and others.
Yeah, they've been good blockers and excellent pass receivers along with it. Big, strong people.
3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. With Thomas and Gooman in the backfield. Pregame gives to Thomas. He breaks 1 tackle and gets down to the 2. And he is stopped there. He's actually stopped, well, right at the 2-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal. And a flag is down. Or is that a paper airplane? No flag, and it's 4th and goal. 4th and goal, and Los Angeles will go for 3 more points. They lead 24-0. Hank, a lot of people might think this is rubbing it in, but what the heck they're going to do? They're down on the 2-yard line. They're trying to get in the playoff.
Oh, that's exactly right. They have to kick the field goal. They have to get points on the scoreboard. No question about it.
This will be a 24-yard field goal by Frank Corral. If it's good, Cromwell gets it down, and it is good. So after the interception by Cromwell, a 24-yard field goal runs the score up with 8:19 remaining in the game. The Rams went 29 yards, 6 plays, 3 minutes, 17 seconds. And now with the score, the Rams 27 and the Saints nothing. Let's take time out. Well, a lot of football fans, I'm sure, thought there might be some semblance of an upset here tonight, but nothing doing. 27-0 Rams. Jimmy Rogers waiting for the kickoff. 8:19 left in the game.
I can't get over how well Corral has kicked the ball. Of course, he's 6'2", 228. Had a great leg, but the last time he kicked off, he kicked it 9 yards deep in the end zone.
This is his 4th year out of UCLA. And he booms another one deep, and Rogers takes it 3 yards deep and comes out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. He may go. He may go, folks, from 3 yards deep. Corral's after him. One other back is after him. They bump him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Downfield was Leroy Irvin, and he prevented a 103-yard touchdown return.
The people were very tentative coming down on the kick. You could see the outside man was very soft. They got some good blocks. Holmes made a good block right in the middle. But they had a couple of people that had a chance to make a tackle, but didn't. Joe Harris had a shot at him. I think
Larry Hardy made a good block. It was an 88-yard kickoff return, and Leroy Irvin had speed to burn when he caught up to him. It's 1st and goal at the 10. 88 yards. Bobby Scott is the quarterback now for New Orleans. And on 1st down, he sets the club, checks the defense, gives an inside handoff to the running back. No gain by Wayne Wilson. Well, a thrilling play for the New Orleans Saints fans. Hank, I must say one thing. When you're behind 27-0, you get that kickoff 3 yards deep in the end zone. I really admired Rogers for even running the ball out of the end zone, didn't you?
Well, the basic rule of thumb, Jack, again, is that if it's 3 yards deep in the end zone, you want to bring it out because that's usually the sweet spot and a good return area. If it goes beyond 3 yards, then you say, down it, bring it out to the 20.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the score, 27-0. A lot of guys that say the heck with it, I'll play next Sunday.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but still, in this kind of a situation, you got to make something happen and bring the thing back with the hope that you might make a big play, and that's exactly what they did.
Scott, the 10-year veteran out of Tennessee, is the quarterback in place of Archie Manning. 2nd and goal from the 10. He's back to throw for the first time into the end zone.
Childs.
Got it. Touchdown to the tight end, Henry Childs. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the year. Cromwell covering, and the Saints get some points.
I tell you, it always concerned me when we didn't get 7 points. When you got the ball on the 1-yard line and you don't take it in for 7, there's got to be something wrong. You're not doing a good job of coming off the line of scrimmage. You're not
talking about the Rams.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, you get point. You got to keep on the attack and make something happen. You're not careful. You think the game is over because you got some points. The next thing you know, you're fighting for your life. There's a lot of time left in this game with 7:04.
Here's Ricardo with the extra point with Scott holding. It is good. 27-7 the score. 7:04 remaining. Well, we had a little excitement there on the 88-yard kickoff return by Jimmy Rogers. A pause in the action with the score. Los Angeles 27, the Saints 7, and let's take time out. Well, the Rams fully expect an onside kick. They have just changed their receiving personnel. Benny Ricardo will kick off, and Gerald Thomas is deep man now, along with Walt Arnold, a tight end. So they fully expect the onside kick by the Saints with 7:04 remaining in the game. And Ricardo kicks it to the left side. It goes 10 yards. It's recovered by the Saints. The Saints got it with Dave Washington, the linebacker, on the dead run, catching the ball after it had traveled 12 yards.
You talk about the right hop. It bounced right up at his numbers. He made the catch. Talking about Washington, and here again, the Saints have good field position.
They're at their 47. 6:59 remaining. Scored 27-7 in favor of the Rams. Well, everybody in the world knew it was coming, and I'll be darned if the Saints didn't make it work with Washington, the linebacker, catching that kick after it traveled 12 yards. So from their own 47 with Scott at the controls. Bobby's back to throw, sets up and throws long down the sideline, and it was incomplete, out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 6:53 left.
Tried to hit Gordon Banks in an outside move, and the ball was way outside and out of bounds.
Pat Thomas there covering for the Rams.
And of course, Banks is the young rookie from Stanford. Not very big, 5'9", 175, but he's got good speed.
Well, you can bet that New Orleans had all of the Atlanta Falcons rooting for them tonight. Evidently, it's not going to do them any good, because if the Rams win, they'll still be only one game behind Atlanta. Second down and 10 from their own 47 for the Saints, with Rodgers and Wayne Wilson in the backfield.
Look at the middle of the Rams.
Here back to throw as Bobby Scott steps up, pumps, throws, incomplete. He was trying to get Ike Harris coming back, covered by Pat Thomas. Third down.
Bobby Scott is a fine young quarterback. He's 6'1", 197. University of Tennessee. He does not have the escapability skill of Archie Manning, but he's got a good arm, and he doesn't have the size either.
They also have Guy Benjamin on this New Orleans team as their third quarterback. It's third down and 10. Ike Harris, Gordon Banks. Banks goes out. Ike Harris and Wes Chandler are in there now. Chandler's caught only one ball all evening. He hauled in 47 passes prior to tonight. Childs, the tight end, on the right side. And the blitz is on. They pick it up, and Scott throws long downfield for Childs. There was some bumping downfield as Cromwell tangled a little bit with the tight end. It was incomplete and fourth down.
Well, they had 5 defensive backs that time, and they double covered the outside receivers, and they had Cromwell on the tight end man for man. He went to the right guy, but threw it way over the top. Normally on that kind of coverage, you have a linebacker trying to cover the tight end, and then it's perfect. But with Cromwell covering the tight end, it's not a mismatch.
And Cromwell had 2 pass interceptions here tonight. Tomorrow night here in the Superdome, Roberto Duran and Ray Leonard will go at it in their welterweight title fight. It is fourth down, and they're running from scrimmage with Scott still in there at quarterback.
Linebackers
to throw. He's blitzed,
linebacker.
and he is sacked back inside the 35. Racing in was Joe Harris along with Reggie Doss. So they disdained the punt, tried to gain 10 yards, and they were sacked at the New Orleans 35.
Joe Harris really got a good jump that time. And there again, it's a great illustration. If you don't change the rhythm of the count, go on 1, go on 2, go on 3. He timed the action perfectly that time and got to the quarterback, Bobby Scott.
So that's the 8th time that the Rams have sacked the quarterback. And coming into tonight, the Rams had a big total.
34 sacks coming into the game. Now they got 42. It's very impressive.
8 tonight for 63 yards. 6:36 remaining as the Rams take over. First down at the New Orleans 35 for Los Angeles. And on first down, Ferragamo with a quick sideline pass, and it is caught by Drew Hill, and he gets good yards down to the 25-yard line. Picked up almost 10 yards before Waymer tackled him. A 9-yard pickup on the pass to Drew Hill. Well, they're not going with any second-string quarterback on the Rams at this point.
No, they keep it moving.
Ball down to the 26. And now we have 6 minutes left in the game. The Rams lead 27-7. Newman and Thomas in the backfield, and they run into each other. And the tackle is made for a loss on the play. Gilman and Thomas smacked each other. And let's see if either one is hurt, boy.
That's a key breaker.
Yeah, Gilman gets up last. He's all right.
Break the keys in that kind of a play with people running into each other.
Then Fettersfield got in and covered the play. You know, Hank, one of the worst, and that sometimes in practice you see two guards pull and go in opposite directions. And that is murder.
And some bad injuries occur when that happens.
There's the tackle made all the way back at the 28-yard line, making it 3rd down and 3 for the Rams.
I'd be very concerned. If I were coaching, I would be very concerned about how sloppy they looked in the scoring area.
Here is the toss to Thomas, running right. He gets a first down. He's inside the 25, out of bounds at the 26 of New Orleans with a first down. Tommy Myers bumped him out. That Thomas can move. 5'10", 223. Look at the legs on him, Hank.
Yeah, they're like fire plugs. He's really got a setup. And the amazing thing is, as heavy muscle as he is, he's got tremendous quickness and great speed.
He carried to the New Orleans 21 for a first down, went out of bounds, stopping the clock with 5:02 remaining in the game, and the Rams leading 27-7. They have another first down. From the 21, Ferragamo.
You see the defensive end off the line of scrimmage on the right side.
Newman running right, tries to turn up, can only get a yard to the 20-yard line, tackled by Bordelon. Newman 1 yard. He's averaged 3.9 per carry. Had a couple of touchdowns. They have Peacock, Bryant, Thomas, Eddie Hill, Wendell Tyler, Mike Gooman. Pretty good collection.
Yes, exactly right. And they've done a good job of running the football, which means the offensive line has done a good job, because on offense, the Rams came into this game 3rd total offense, 2nd rushing, 7 passing.
4.5 left in the game. 2nd down and 9 from the 20. Ferragamo likely to stay on the ground. He sends Hill in motion. Tosses the ball to Thomas. Running left. Cuts it back. Gets 4 yards down to the 16. He's close to the 15-yard line. Now we come up on the 4-minute mark, and Alex Price was the tackler.
You know, you hear a lot of talk about the flex defense, and especially because the Dallas Cowboys have popularized it so much and play it so well. But all it means really is that you have 2 people off the line of scrimmage normally, depending on the formation, on first down, because most teams are run conscious, and they feel it's a good lateral defense, especially against teams that like to go sideways.
3rd down and 4 from the 15-yard line of New Orleans. Hill in motion. Ferragamo to throw. Looks over the middle and threw incomplete. He tried to get the ball to Drew Hill, the man who had gone in motion. Myers and Waymer were there defensively for New Orleans. And the Saints were started to send out the field goal team. Then they hesitated. Now Corral starts off and then back on again with 3:28 left in the game.
Here again, they've gotten in this position several times and came away with 3 points instead of 7.
2 field goals already by Frank Corral. Cromwell holding at the 23, a 33-yard try. And now a fake with Cromwell running to the right, looking to throw. He is hit as he throws, incomplete into the end zone. As Hank Stram told you earlier, Cromwell, a former quarterback at Kansas.
And Kent Hill, number 72, was in the end zone on the play. The offensive left guard.
Is that good?
It's good if you don't see him. I don't know how you could hide when you're that big.
3:19 left in the game as the ball goes over to New Orleans.
And, of course, it might have been that he was a tight end on that side and reported on the play.
Los Angeles has 201 yards rushing and 41 carries. They've averaged 5 yards a pop. And they lead 27-7. Bobby Scott is again the quarterback as New Orleans takes over at their own 15. Tony Galbraith is in there for the first time, in place of Rogers. And here's Scott back to throw. Looks and throws. It's caught at the 30. And an upending tackle on Ike Harris, but he held the ball for a first down. He was really creamed as he caught that ball.
And Nolan Cromwell was the one who made the tackle.
Ike Harris went up in the air and then in underneath him.
No, it was Pat Thomas, I think.
Pat Thomas, and dropped him at the 31. A first down for New Orleans. .240 left in the game, and Bobby Scott back to throw again. Looks, throws to the left sideline, and overthrew Wes Chandler. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
This is the voice of the Rocky Mountain West. News Talk 85, KOA, Denver.
2nd and 10 for the Saints from their own 31. Well, they may get a victory before the year is over. They have Minnesota, San Francisco, the Jets, and New England to play. But after tonight, they'll be 0-12. New Orleans has had only 11 rushing attempts. Manning gained 18 yards rushing. No one else has more than 8 yards rushing. Now Bobby Scott back to throw. Steps up and throws, and incomplete. A poor throw to Henry Childs. Every coverage by Cromwell. 3rd and 10.
There again, they doubled the outside receivers, and Cromwell is on the tight end. The linebackers on the backs, man for man. They wound up with a 4-man rush. And the ball was thrown a little bit too high.
Ram defense has been good, Hank.
Oh, it's been terrific.
And their special team's good, except for their one kick return that was broken for 88 yards.
And the offense really has been pretty good between the 20s, but they've done a very poor job of getting the ball in the end zone.
Trying for a first down on 3rd and 10 from their own 31. Los Angeles shows the blitz. They are not blitzing. Here's the pass. Scott throws out here, and it is caught by Holmes, the running back, for about 5 yards, and he is really popped by Pat Thomas. The Rams are having fun unloading on these receivers.
Well, he really gave him a shot, didn't he? Patrick Thomas.
That play was only good for 2 yards on the pass play.
And that's what happens when you have that many sacks. You know, you kind of intimidate the quarterback. If you're not careful, he wants to get rid of the ball quickly.
Now we have the 2-minute warning. And when we resume, it'll be 4th and 8 from their own 33 for New Orleans. A timeout on the field with the score. The Rams 27 and the Saints 7. Chandler goes to the left, Ike Harris to the right, and it's 4th down and 8 from their own 33 for the Saints. Here's Bobby Scott back to throw. Look out, Bob. He got rid of it in time, but it was incomplete. He had to throw a little too quickly for Henry Childs. It was on a fly pattern and never did turn around.
No, and Joe Harris was on a delayed blitz. Didn't create any kind of a problem that time, but Bobby Scott is trying to hit the tight end down the middle with double on the outside, but he doesn't realize, I don't think, that Cromwell is covering 1-for-1, and he can do it extremely well.
So the ball goes over to New Orleans. Brett Dreyer bopped Bobby Scott as he threw the ball. 1:55 remaining in the game. Only twice in 14 tries tonight did New Orleans make a first down on a 3rd down try. Now Pregame will just use up the remaining time. A whistle stops play as Gerald Thomas carried the ball. 1:45 remaining in the game. Clock running. 1:40. 1 yard on the play. There was no official whistle stopping.